Hello there, Rogue Nation. Welcome to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Game 1 of the final regular season homestand here in the 2017 season for your Medford Rogues. They'll be taking on the third place Chico Heat. The Heat come into this one with a record of 33-21. The first place Rogues, a record of 38-16. On the mound tonight for your Medford Rogues, from Fresno, California, he'll be attending University of Oregon come fall. Brett Walker. Right-hander is 1-2 on the year, looking to improve his ERA in his 7th start. Walker, a tall righty, 6'4", 180 pounds. He'll be facing off against Ryan Sanchez, the starting pitcher for the Chico Heat. Sanchez 5-3 with a 3.58 ERA, making his 8th appearance. It is a warm one today. It is Mystery Monday. Fans receiving packs of Moose Munch presented by Harry and David. Fans also getting in for just $1 today to help the Rogues beat the Heat. 104 degrees here at Harry and David Field. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break. When we come back, I speak with Coach Josh Hogan, the starting lineups, and first pitch live from Harry and David Field. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. I'm down on the field with Coach Josh Hogan. Josh, it is going to be a hot one today. How are you going to manage your players?
Just tell them to hydrate. Learned that one from Horton. He would say it to us about every inning. Just that's about all you can do. Maybe you can get some cold towels, stuff like that. We have a few of those hanging around. But yeah, mostly just hydrate. Try and keep them in the locker room, in the clubhouse, where it's air conditioned and cool in there as long as they can, but still get adequately warm and loose for the game. So, but yeah, try and get some guys just play a half a game or something like that if we can get a lead. But we still need to win some games here. We still have to win 3 to clinch that first place mark if Lincoln ends up taking care of business, which they have a very good shot of playing Marysville and Yuba. So we still got to get 3 wins in that sense to get the number 1 seed and be set up nicely like that for playoffs.
This team, no stranger to playing in heat, as you mentioned, down in Marysville and Yuba, got up to 110 at some point. Do you think that helps the team prepare, knowing that they've already been through the ringer, they've already been through the furnace, as it were?
Yeah, and this is a tough group of guys. Last night on the bus, we got home at 3 a.m. or something like that, and I asked them if they wanted to take BP today, even with it being in the 100s, and all of them said yes. So it's just that's who they are. They want to come here and get their work in and get better each day and be ready for the game. So looking for the same Rogues to show up today, even though it's hot. They've been dealing with that all summer. So
all right, thanks so much, Coach. Good luck today. Stay hydrated.
You bet. Thank you.
We'll be back right after this. Hello there, Rogue Nation. Welcome to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Game 1 between your Medford Rogues and the Chico Heat, the final regular season homestand for your Medford Rogues. The starting lineup for your Medford Rogues, leading off, playing shortstop, Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Rather, playing third base tonight, Clay Valenzuela-Reese. At shortstop, batting second, Davis DeLorphis. Batting third, the catcher, Eric Yang. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Alex Isola. Batting fifth, playing first base, Johnny De La Cruz. Batting sixth, in right field, Jake Helwig. Batting seventh, in center, Connor Lowry. Batting eighth, in left field, Dante Gutierrez. And batting ninth, playing second base, Braden Stutzman. On the mound for your Medford Rogues, the big righty from Fresno, California, Brett Walker. Brett Walker pitched a no decision against the Chico Heat. It was down in Chico on June 23rd. Went 3 2/3 innings, struck out 2, gave up just 2 earned runs. Starting lineup for the Chico Heat. Leading off, Tanner Tokunaga. Batting second for the Heat, Brandon De La Guardia. Batting third, the DH, Carson McCusker. Batting fourth, Marcus Wilhite. Batting fifth, Cole Lemmel. Batting sixth, Garrett Kelly. Batting seventh, Joe Bath. Batting eighth, Jack Walsh. And batting ninth, Eric Robles. It is a warm one here today, folks. Hope you're staying cool wherever you're listening from. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, first pitch live from Harry and David Field. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts.
It's time for Medford Rogues Baseball as the Rogues take on the best of the West in the Great West League. Don't miss a minute of the action. Listen to every Medford Rogues game all season long, live on MedfordRogues.com. Now, it's time for Medford Rogues Baseball. Calling all the action tonight, here's Jonathan Kerman.
Here I am. Welcome, Rogue Nation, to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. The magic number for this Medford Rogues team is 3. Any combination of 3 Rogues wins and Potter's losses means the Rogues clinch the Great West League regular season title and have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. On the slate tonight, Brett Walker starting for your Medford Rogues. They will take on Ryan Sanchez and the Chico Heat. Brett Walker has faced this Chico Heat team just once before, back on June 23rd. Pitched 3 2/3 innings, gave up just 2 earned runs, and struck out 2. The defensive alignment behind Brett Walker today. Going around the infield, at third base, Clay Valenzuela-Reese. At shortstop, Davis DeLorfis. At second base, Braden Stutzman. And at first base, Johnny De La Cruz. In the outfield, in left, Dante Gutierrez. In center, Connor Lowry. And in right, Jake Helwig. 4 games in 3 days for these Medford Rogues down in Lincoln. Returned from that 3-day series. They split the series 2-2 with the Lincoln Potters. The most extravagant win for the Rogues came in the second game of the doubleheader. Brett Walker delivers a first pitch strike to Tanner Tokunaga to get this game underway. 6:44 p.m. first pitch. 104 degrees here at Harry and David Field. The 0-1. That one misses high. Evens the count 1-1 to Tanner Tokunaga. That one misses low and away. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Tokunaga, a staple at the leadoff spot for the Chico Heat from Pearl City, Hawaii. The 2-1, chopped to the third baseman. Valenzuela-Reese is there. Takes a few hops over to first in time for the first out of the inning. So with 1 down, that will bring up the third baseman, Brandon De La Guardia.
Now batting, Brandon De La Guardia.
Batting lineup for the Chico Heat, Tanner Tokunaga led things off. Brandon De La Guardia batting second. On deck, Carson McCusker, the DH. Batting fourth, Marcus Wilhite. The first pitch misses outside for ball 1. Batting fifth, Cole Lemmel. Batting sixth, Garrett Kelly. Batting seventh, Joe Bath. Jack Walsh batting eighth, and rounding out the order for the Heat, Eric Robles. That one chopped to the second baseman. Braden Stutzman snags it over to first in time to beat De La Guardia by half a step. 2 down in the top of the first.
Batting next for Chico.
It is Mystery Monday night here at Harry and David Field. Beat the Heat is the Mystery Monday special promotion. Just $1 to get into Harry and David Field to help the Rogues beat the Heat. First pitch to Carson McCusker. Called on the outer edge for a strike. McCusker, the big right-handed batter, the DH tonight for the Chico Heat. Walker fires that one, chopped down the third base line, rolls foul. Walker ahead of McCusker, 0-2. McCusker from Sparks, Nevada, plays for Oklahoma State in his free time. Batting .242 on the year. Curveball just misses the upper half of the plate for ball 1. Here's the 1-2 from Walker. Fastball at the knees, misses low. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2, called strike 3 on the outer edge.
In the top of the first, there were 0 runs on 0 hits.
3 up,
0
3 down
errors,
for
and
Brett
0
Walker and the
runners
Rogues.
left
We
on
head to the
base.
bottom of the first, no
With the
score.
2017
You're listening to
MLB
Medford
draft
Rogues
concluded.
Baseball live on
Congratulations to our
MedfordRogues.com,
Rogues draftees.
presented by Michael Newman and the News Group, your local home loan experts. The Rogues would like to thank Rogue Credit Union for their continued support of the Medford Rogues and the surrounding Southern Oregon community. Our friends at Rogue Credit Union are striking out hunger. Rogue Credit Union is donating $10 to Access each time a Rogues pitcher strikes at a player from the opposing team during a home game. Rogue Credit Union, living local. It's a Rogue thing. Welcome back, Rogue Nation. Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Bottom of the first inning, no score. On the mound for the Chico Heat, right-hander from Atwater, California, attends University of Hawaii Pacific, Ryan Sanchez. Sanchez is 5-3 on the year with a 3.58 ERA, making his 13th appearance and his 8th start. Has 40 strikeouts and 56 hits allowed in 47 2/3 innings pitched. Leading things off for the Medford Rogues. From Oregon City, Oregon, Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Valenzuela-Reese batting .355 for the Rogues this year. Ryan Sanchez deals a fastball, misses low for ball one. Valenzuela-Reese owns a couple Rogues records. He owns the record for most consecutive games with a hit at 18. The 1-0 catches the outer edge for a strike. Home plate umpire tonight is Jock Bolton. The field ump, Brian Rose. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Clay Valenzuela-Reese, leading off the bottom of the first inning for the Rogues. The 1-1. That one hit well to right field. Going back on it is Lemmel. Looks like he'll have room. He does. A couple feet from the warning track for the first out of the inning. So with 1 down, that will bring up the shortstop, Davis DeLorfis.
Shortstop, Davis DeLorfis.
DeLorfis from Salt Lake City, Utah, attending University of Utah in his free time. DeLorfis batting .341 for the Rogues, 62 hits, 12 doubles, 4 triples, 4 home runs, 36 RBI, 33 walks, and 52 runs in just 46 games. First pitch to DeLorfis misses low for ball one. The righty Sanchez comes home. That one misses low for ball two. So the Rogues split the 4-game series down in Lincoln with the Potters. Rogues took game 1 and 3, and the Potters took games 2 and 4. Here is the 2-0 from Sanchez. Fastball catches the inner half of the plate for a strike. Certainly the most memorable game of that series was game 3. It was the second game of a doubleheader. Scotty Wright took the mound for the Rogues and pitched 7 perfect innings. The 2-1 curveball misses high. DeLorfis ahead, 3 balls and 1 strike. Both games on that doubleheader were shortened to 7 innings to preserve players' health. Temperatures reaching about what they are now down in Lincoln. The 3-1 swung on, fouled back. Runs the count full, 3-2. Scotty Wright struck out 14 Potters en route to a perfect game. The first no-hitter, the first perfect game in Great West League history. So congratulations, Scotty Wright. I had the honor of calling that ball game. It was such a special moment, one of many with this ball club. That one chopped to the third baseman. De La Guardia picks it up. And no, he doesn't. It slips under his glove. Davis DeLorfis had slipped. Looks like he might have pulled something, actually, running down the line. De La Guardia had all the time in the world as he charged that softly hit ball. It slips under his glove. DeLorfis hobbling over to first base. Coach Hogan jogs over there. DeLorfis says he's fine. Hogan gets about halfway across the diamond, makes a U-turn, and will head back to third base. So DeLorfis will stay in the game, reaches on the E5. And that will bring up Eric Yang. Eric Yang, the former Great West League Player of the Week, that honor now given to Scotty Wright. Yang from West Hills, California, attends UC Santa Barbara in his free time, batting .402 for this Rogues team. First pitch to Yang, catches the outer half for a strike. Yang did join the ball club a little late, but the .402 number is not inflated by a little hot streak. He has over 110 at-bats. 45 hits, 11 doubles, a triple, a home run, 27 RBI, 24 runs scored in 31 games. That one catches the inner half for a strike. Yang looks at the home plate umpire and smiles. So Yang behind in the count, 0-2. 1 out, runner on first. That's Davis DeLorphis. Here in the bottom of the first inning, no score. Sanchez looks over at first. Now comes home, the 0-2. That one fouled up and over the netting and out of play.
That one's just a bit foul.
Eric Yang's OPS over 1,000, slugging .545 on the year. Here is the 0-2 from Ryan Sanchez. Curveball hit right at Ryan Sanchez. He blocks it with his glove. The throw going to be only at first. No chance to get DeLorphis. So a bit of self-defense by Ryan Sanchez. Does a bit of an acrobatic move. Swings his glove right in front of his midsection where that ball was headed. Training staff going out to check on their righty. Davis DeLorphis over at second base. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. You see Davis DeLorphis modeling our Christmas in July jerseys on the live stream. If you like what you see, look in the description box underneath the live stream video. We have links to 3 different auctions. We have 3 themed jerseys still available to bid on. They can be shipped anywhere in the world, so click on those links. We still have jerseys from Bacon Night, Christmas in July, and Military Night. Ryan Sanchez is going to take a few practice throws. Looks like he's okay. Everyone retreating back into the shade. DeLorphis over at second base. 2 outs.
Rogues fans, make some noise
for
tonight's
Alex
designated hitter,
Isola.
Alex Isola.
Alex Isola, the leader in RBI in the entire Great West League. He has 53. Sanchez looks back. The first pitch to Isola catches the inner half for a strike. 2 outs, bottom of the first. DeLorphis at second, no score. Sanchez looks back at DeLorphis, who takes his lead from second. The 0-1. Misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us here on the live stream, wherever you're listening from. I hope you're staying cool on this warm summer evening. That one chopped foul down the third baseline. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Isola, the starting catcher for the All-Star team that was down in Chico 1 week ago today. Isola was named the top position prospect by Major League scouts. Ryan Sanchez comes set. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner on second for Alex Isola. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped. Goes back to the screen. We'll do this again. Isola from Lincoln, California, will attend Yavapai College in Arizona. Batting .341 for the Rogues this year. Also leads the team in home runs with 6. Here's the 1-2. Curveball just misses high. Evens the count 2-2. Isola has 25 walks and just 21 strikeouts. Mark of an excellent hitter when they have near or greater than more walks than strikeouts. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, runner on second. Here in the bottom of the first, no score. Alex Isola waits on the offering from Ryan Sanchez. Sanchez looks back at second, now comes home. Misses high for ball 3. Waiting on deck, the first baseman, Johnny De La Cruz. Count is full to Alex Isola. Isola treated to a warm welcome down in Lincoln, his hometown. Grew up catching right next to McBean Stadium as a child. The 3-2. Curveball, hit foul, and out of play. Nice job by Isola fighting off that off-speed pitch. So we will do this again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, runner on second here in the bottom of the first for Alex Isola. Ryan Sanchez comes set. Looks back at second, now comes home. That one popped up high in the air. That's going to roll foul. Up and out of play, maybe on the press box. Nope, still waiting for that one to come down. So we'll do this again. I'd like to congratulate all our winners of the live stream code word giveaway. Won free tickets to any one of the 3 remaining regular season home games here at Harry and David Field. Thank you all so much for listening. Here's the 3-2 with the runner on second to Alex Isola. Fastball, that one's hit well to left center field. That ball is going to drop. Coming home is Davis DeLorfis. Alex Isola heads into second base with a stand-up double. The RBI leader of the Great West League does it again. And the Rogues are on top in the bottom of the first, 1-0.
Now batting for your Medford Rogues, first baseman Johnny De La Cruz.
So Isola will take DeLorfis' spot at second base. The run is unearned because DeLorfis reached on an error. Still counts, 1-0 the score, Rogues on top. Johnny De La Cruz, the right-handed batter from Houston, Texas, steps in. Here's the first pitch. That one in there for a strike. De La Cruz batting .344 for the Rogues, 65 hits, which would be a Rogues record if not for Clay Valenzuela-Reese, who has 73. Also has 11 doubles, a triple, a home run, 47 RBIs, 32 walks to just 17 strikeouts. That one flared into right field, but it's going to stay up. Cole Lemmel makes the grab for the final out of the inning. Alex Isola delivers an RBI double, scoring Davis DeLorfis. 1-0 the score. We head to the second inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Most do-it-yourselfers know that if you do it yourself, you get more for your money. At No Frills Flooring, get the absolute best prices on carpet, vinyl, hardwood, laminate, natural stone, porcelain tile, and granite slabs for countertops. No Frills Flooring is a wholesale supplier of floor covering materials targeted to serving the construction industry and do-it-yourselfers. With a large selection of the most desired products available at the lowest prices, they want to help you with your project. Stop in one of their stores located on Ross Anley Drive in Medford or E Street in Grants Pass, or visit NoFrillsFlooring.com. When No Frills says more floors, they mean it. Welcome back, Rogue Nation. Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Top of the second, Rogues on top, 1-0. Marcus Wilhite takes a first pitch outside from Brett Walker. Next one swung on and missed. Might have gotten a piece of Eric Yang. Yang rubbing the knee guard on his right knee. Gets back in the crouch, looks like he's okay. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike to Marcus Wilhite. Wilhite from Orville, California. That one swung on and missed. A terrific curveball from Brett Walker. He's ahead of Wilhite, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Marcus Wilhite, first baseman for the Chico Heat, attends CSU San Marcos in his free time. The 1-2, curveball, called strike 3 on the outer edge.
All right, Medford Rogues fans.
That is the
that's
second
$3
strikeout
beer,
of
so
the
your
day
Rogues are
for
batting.
Brett Walker. It's the first out of the second. And that will bring up the right fielder, Cole Lemmel.
Cole Lemmel now batting for the Chico.
Cole Lemmel from San Diego, California, so should be used to the Heat. Attends University of California, Berkeley. First pitch to the right-handed hitting. Lemmel drops in there for a strike. Brett Walker relying on his curveball early, and it is working. Here is the 0-1 to Cole Lemmel. Fastball hit high, a chopped ball to Braden Stutzman. Waits for it, comes down, throw over to first in time to beat Lemmel by a step and a half. Just like that, 2 down in the top of the first. That will bring up the left fielder, Garrett Kelly.
Batting next for Chico, Garrett Kelly.
Kelly from Hollister, California, attends UC Davis in his free time. He's batting .287 for the Heat. Right-handed batter. Scuffs out the infield dirt, now comes into the box. First pitch, misses outside for ball 1. Rogues getting 1 in the bottom of the first thanks to an RBI double by Alex Isola. Here's the 0-1 from Brett Walker. That one hit well to left center field. Lowry is going back. That ball is going to drop at the warning track in left center field. Kelly is rounding second. He's going to third. He'll be in there safely without a throw. Garrett Walker with a 2-out triple here in the top of the second. Very well hit ball, hit to the deepest part of the ballpark, right under the Evergreen home
Now
loan
batting for
sign
Chico, Joe Bath.
in left field. This broadcast brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group and Evergreen Home Loans, your home loan experts. So the tying run just 90 feet from home for the Chico Heat, and that will bring up Joe Bath, the catcher. First pitch to Bath, curveball in there for a strike. So no perfect game for Brett Walker today. The 0-1. Check swing. He went around, says the home plate umpire, Jock Bolton. Walker ahead 0-2. That one in the dirt, but not far enough for Kelly to advance. That triple was the 4th of the year for Garrett Kelly. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Joe Bath. Kelly's at third base. 2 outs in the top of the second. Rogues lead 1-0. That one swung on and missed, dropped in the dirt. Isola throw over to first. De La Cruz steps on the bag for the final out of the inning. Walker keeps the Rogues on top here in the second. We head to the bottom of the inning. 1-0 the score. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. This Rogues broadcast is brought to you by Mary's Barbecue. Tender, juicy, slow-smoked meat, homemade sides, and friendly service. And it's easy for anyone in Southern Oregon to get to. Mary's Barbecue Place at 841 East Pine Street in Central Point. Follow along on Facebook or their website, marysbbqplace.com.
Now, back to Harry and David Field. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball.
Live on MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We are in the bottom of the second inning. Rogues lead 1-0. Thanks to an RBI double by Alex Isola, scoring Davis DeLorfis. Leading things off for the Rogues in the bottom of the second, right fielder Jake Hellwig.
Your Medford Rogues, right fielder Jake Hellwig.
Hellwig from Daytona Beach, Florida, the left-handed batter, stepped into the box. He's batting .309 on the year for the team. Ryan Sanchez on the mound for the Heat. He comes home. That one hit to the first baseman, picked up by Wilhite. The throw over to first in time. Ryan Sanchez, the pitcher, covering the bag to retire Hellwig. That's the first out of the second. So with one down, that will bring up Connor Lowry.
Center fielder Connor Lowry.
Lowry upping his average to .271. Had 5 hits in the 4 games down in Lincoln. First pitch to Lowry, in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the second for Connor Lowry. Rogues lead 1-0. Here's the 0-1. Curveball, chop foul. Lowry quickly in a hole, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Connor Lowry. Ryan Sanchez winds, deals, fastball. Just got a piece of it, did Lowry. Good job fighting off that pitch. David and Pat will be excited to see you on Fan Appreciation Night this Wednesday. The first 500 fans in attendance receive a special Rowdy bobblehead, courtesy of Rogue Credit Union. Fans will also enjoy discounted drinks and beverages all night. Curveball, swung on and missed, strike 3, says the home plate umpire. Looked like the ball may have bounced in the dirt, but the home plate umpire says the catcher Joe Bath held on. So with 2 outs and nobody on, that will bring up the left fielder, Dante Gutierrez. Gutierrez batting .263 for the Rogues from Chula Vista, California. Left-handed batter. Waits on the first pitch. That one hit right at the shortstop, Jack Walsh, for the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Rogues. We head to the third. Rogues on top, 1-0. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Fans, I can't tell you how many times we've had to replace a window at Harry and David Field because of a stray fly ball. When we need our windows fixed or replaced, the only team we trust are the folks at Bill's Glass. With locations in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass, Bill's Glass is the fastest and most affordable glass service in Southern Oregon. When you hear that crash, think Bill's Glass.
Let's head back to the ballpark. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com.
presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Top of the third inning, Rogues on top 1-0, thanks to an RBI double by Alex Isola back in the first inning that scored Davis DeLorfis. Leading things off for the Heat in the third, Jack Walsh, first pitch swinging, hits a flare into right field that's going to fall in front of Jake Hellwig. Hellwig thought about throwing to first to see if he might get Walsh, but Walsh was running hard. Leadoff single for the shortstop from Elk Grove, California. That will bring up the second baseman, Eric Robles.
Eric Robles.
Eric Robles from Vacaville, California, attends Butte College in his free time. Left-handed batter shows bunt. Valenzuela-Reese in way deep. The throw back to first, going to be not in time, says the the field umpire, Brian Rose. Clay Valenzuela-Reese came in hard. He was, 6-7 feet from home plate by the time that pitch was finally thrown. That was a all-out charge by Valenzuela-Reese to get that bunt. Robles showing bunt again. Valenzuela-Reese pulling in. Gets that one down the first base line. The first baseman, De La Cruz, is there. He will tag Robles for the first out. Jack Walsh moves over to second base. So with one down, that will turn the lineup over for Tanner Tokunaga. Tokunaga standing in at a tall 5'7", always a thorn in the Rogues' side. He's batting .393 for the Heat this year. 86 hits, 64 runs scored in 51 games. Brett Walker comes set, looks back at second, comes home, misses high and inside for ball one. Jack Walsh, who led the inning off with a single over there at second. Brett Walker looks back, now comes home. Fastball hit high in the air, foul, off the first base line and out of play. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Walker looks in, looks back, now comes home. That one hit sharply to the shortstop. DeLorfis is there. Throw over to first, low, but in time to get Tokunaga. Jack Walsh advances to third. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Rogues dugout cheering on Brett, letting him know he can get out of this inning. Brandon De La Guardia, who grounded to second his first time up, steps in. First pitch, misses low and away. Nice job by Eric Yang to keep that ball in front of him. 1-0 the count. Jack Walsh is at third. He led the inning off with a single, advanced to second on a sac bunt by Eric Robles. Advanced to third on a ground out by Tanner Tokunaga. Curveball in there for a strike. Evens the count 1-1. There's a ton of movement on that curveball from Brett Walker. Slight breeze blowing in from left field. Shade peppering the outfield out in left and center. Fastball misses low. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike to Brandon De La Guardia. De La Guardia from San Jose, California, attends West Valley Community College in his free time. Right-handed batters batting .256 for the Heat. That one swung on and missed. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner on first. 1-0 the score. The Rogues on top. That one misses outside. Runs the count full, 3-2. De La Guardia steps back into the batter's box. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Brett Walker. Fastball misses low and away for ball 4. So the 2-out walk will put runners on the corners for the Heat, and that will bring up the DH, Carson McCusker.
Now batting for Chico, Carson McCusker.
Eric Yang going to go out to have a conversation with Brett Walker. Davis DeLorfis charges in to get in on the conversation as well. McCusker, the DH for the Chico Heat, struck out looking his first time up. He's batting .244 for the Heat. 23 hits, 22 runs scored, 34 strikeouts in 26 games. Eric Yang giving some signs. Maybe there's a future as a base coach in his future. Maybe a possibility. Steps into the crouch. Brett Walker fires. Misses outside for ball one. Jack Walsh is at third, led the inning off with a single, advanced to second, and then third on a sac bunt and a ground out. Brendan De La Guardia at first. He walked. Here's the 1-0 to Carson McCusker. That one hit high in the air to center field. Connor Lowry is under it. Waits for that one to come down. Finally does, and that's the final out of the inning. Walker keeps the Heat off the board for a second consecutive inning with a runner on third. We head to the bottom of the third. Rogues lead 1-0. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Located just 5 minutes from the I-5 and Grants Pass, Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions is the only place you need to go for the ultimate Rogue River experience. Jet through historic Hellgate Canyon, lounge at the exclusive OK Corral, and feast on all-you-can-eat homemade barbecue. Visit www.hellgate.com to book your Rogue River experience today.
Rogues fans, it's easier than ever to get your tickets to check out the Medford Rogues this summer. Visit MedfordRogues.com and click the Tickets tab to pick your seats for the next night out at Harry and David Field.
Welcome back, Rogue Nation. Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Stepping into the box, Braden Stutzman. First pitch to Stutzman. Catches the outer half of the plate for a strike. Stutzman, the switch hitter, batting from the left side with the righty Ryan Sanchez on the mound. The 0-1 skips in the dirt, evens the count 1-1. Stutzman from Twin Falls, Idaho, attends University of Oregon in his free time. Ryan Sanchez deals the 1-1. Misses outside. Evens the count. Rather, the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Joining me here on the broadcast, a pleasure as always, Rogue starting pitcher Jamie Flynn. Jamie, how you doing?
Doing great. Life's doing well right now.
It certainly is. That one misses outside. Runs the count to 3 balls and 1 strike to Braden Stutzman. You know, we're up here in the press box. It is over 100 down there. Unfortunately, the air conditioning broke today. Murphy's Law, I suppose.
I guess so, or law of averages, you know. You got this fan that's helping you out a little bit to the right, but gosh, it's been a doozy today.
It certainly has. That one swung on and fouled back. Runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Braden Stutzman. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Rogues on top, 1-0.
Well, John, thanks for having me up in the booth today. I bet it was a very exciting call the other night with Scott Wright and everything that went down there in Lincoln.
That one misses high for ball 4. It certainly was. Scotty Wright, I interviewed him the following day. He said, obviously, that it was one of the greatest moments of his baseball career, one of the greatest moments of his life, one that he would never forget. And I share that sentiment. It's something I will never, ever forget. Not just being able to witness a perfect game, but calling it too is just so special.
I mean, just based on how frequent those are,
You're right.
I bet you're not going to get very many more of those throughout your career, John. You're blessed to see one. I was blessed to be a part of it, and it was something else.
Well, what are you saying, Jamie? First pitch, a bunt laid down by Valenzuela-Reese. It's a good one. Shovel over to first in time. Braden Stutzman advancing to second. That ball hugged the first base line all the way, about halfway up. The pitcher, Ryan Sanchez, finally picked it up, the underhand throw in time to get Valenzuela-Reese for the first out of the third.
That's a couple good PFPs by the pitcher for Chico tonight. PFPs being pitchers fielding their position. He's made a couple nice plays, had a nice one. Jay Kelwig back last inning ripped one to the first baseman, and he did a good job covering the bag. That's the pitcher that is. And he did a good job fielding that bunt with his bare hands. Kind of hugged the cut of the grass, didn't quite get down into the dirt area, or it might have gone foul. Good bunt, though, by Clay.
So with a runner on second, that will bring up Davis DeLorfis. The first pitch to DeLorfis, a curveball that drops in there for a strike.
So, John, this is where we noticed in the dugout earlier that the pitcher for Chico was coming inside fastballs early to righties, and now the second time through the lineup, he's already shown first pitch off speed. Davis getting one there, and I believe Clay got one on the bunt as well.
Sanchez looks back at second. Braden Stutzman takes his lead. One out in the bottom of the third. Curveball again, and again a strike. DeLorfis behind in the count, 0-2.
Mixing at any level, being able to mix pitches and show that you can show something for a strike is so important. And I think, we can talk about Scotty's game all night the other night, but I think the fact that he had an absolute hammer of a curveball, you get that as a batter in the back of your mind even slightly, and you're not going to be hitting the fastball if it's blown by you. So we'll see if Davis gets a fastball here or another curveball, but a couple there in a row from the pitcher for Chico.
Here's the 0-2 to DeLorfis. Fastball, hit foul. Count will remain.
Davis doing a good job of kind of ripping that one down the left field line there. Just obviously foul between Josh Hogan and the base, but does a good job of staying in on that inside fastball. As I was alluding to, he came inside after two soft breaking balls away. Now you don't really know what to throw as a pitcher here. Do you go back to that off speed that he's already seen twice, or do you try to get another fastball over?
We'll find out. Here is the 0-2. Another curveball. That one hit to the shortstop in front of Stutzman, who has to retreat back to second. The throw is low and in safe. Davis DeLorfis legs out the infield single.
Awesome job by Davis there on that changeup. He hit it just soft enough that it made a tough play for the shortstop there. Maybe the grass grew a little bit while we were gone down in Lincoln, because Davis did a good job of legging that one out, and now the Rogues two runners on here early in the game now, bottom of the third.
The grass certainly seeing plenty of sun while we were down in Lincoln. DeLorfis running well. He reached on an error back in the first. It was a very funky play. It was a softly hit ground ball to the third baseman. DeLorfis looked like he may have pulled something. He stumbled on his way to first. The third baseman dropped the ball on the pickup, and DeLorfis was able to hobble into first base. Got Josh Hogan back in the first inning, jogged over the diamond to DeLorfis. DeLorfis put up his hand and said, "No, thank you. I'm good," and showed right there his wheels are spinning as good as ever. Eric Yang steps into the batter's box with 2 on and 1 out in the bottom of the third. The first pitch, fastball, catches the inner half for a strike.
Really good job there by Sanchez to get in on the inner half of the plate there to Yang after going a couple curveballs. Even when you're sitting in the on-deck circle, you're timing up the pitcher the entire time. And a lot of the off speeds and a changeup to DeLorfis the at-bat prior, and he comes in with a fastball there. Yang definitely not looking for that pitch with some runners in threatening positions.
Sanchez looks back at second. Braden Stutzman over there. The 0-1, a curveball. That one drops in the dirt. Evens the count, 1-1.
And this is a big inning for the Rogues right here, I think. They kind of got their momentum going. They're looking to put up a crooked number. It's been a pretty even game thus far. Walker doing a good job for the Rogues, and Sanchez doing a good job as well, although in a little bit of trouble here. And a base hit or something in the gap for the Rogues here would be huge to kind of open up this game and give the Rogues an opportunity to really jump out on top.
The 1-1 misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Eric Yang. Yang grounded sharply back to the pitcher. Ryan Sanchez, a bit of self-defense, blocked his midsection with his glove. Ball bounced in front of him. He was able to pick it up and throw over in time. One out here in the bottom of the third. Braden Stutzman at second. Davis DeLorfis at first.
Good hitters count here for Yang at 2-1. And John, something that the Rogues really struggled with in the two losses down at Lincoln was swinging at bad pitches or not hitters' pitches in these sorts of counts. So let's see what he does here.
The 2-1. Takes that one on the outer edge for a strike.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. That's okay. That's a positive take to take a ball that's just off the black. And, obviously the pitcher gets the call there. But Yang doing a good job. It's tough to really put a drive into a ball that you're not looking for. And so he's not looking for that outside fastball in that count, at least that far out, and he leaves it and gives himself a chance here at 2-2.
Sanchez looks back, now comes home. That one hit well to left center field. Going back is Tokunaga. Looks like he has room. He will make the grab. Runners cannot advance. So there are 2 down now in the third inning.
And I think Stutzman does a really good job of going halfway there. That ball hit up into the jet stream and deep into left center, but it kind of started hanging towards the point when it got to its peak, and it wasn't as deep as we maybe thought from the booth. Mm-hmm. And if that ball drops, Stutzman scores if he's halfway. But if he's not halfway, then he's not going to have a chance to score if he's trying to tag up there. The catch is made, but he's still in scoring position here for Alex.
And with 2 outs, you can run on contact. Isola already with an RBI double in this ballgame. First pitch, inner half of the plate for a strike.
Alex kind of a little bit of negative body language there on that one, a little tilt to the head, thought that ball might be inside. I thought so as well, John. But nevertheless, if you keep pounding that inside part of the plate as a pitcher, you're going to start getting calls further and further off the plate.
Sanchez looks back at second. Now comes home. The 0-1, a curveball hit foul down the third baseline. Isola in a hole, 0-2. Going back to that Yang at-bat where he took that 1-1 count, that pitch on the outer half for a strike. That's the luxury. That's when you have that luxury in a less than a 2-strike count. You're able to take a ball that's maybe borderline if it's not one that you're looking for.
Absolutely, and it's something that Coach Jeff Lyle's been preaching the last couple of days, as we mentioned down at down at Lincoln. We struggled a little bit. Not swinging poorly at pitches that you're not looking for early in a count. You get it. If they fool you with a curveball or a changeup early and you're looking fastball, if you take your best swing and you miss it, it's one of those strikes. That's why you have 3 of them, John.
Exactly. Exactly. So that one misses low to Alex Isola. The count now 1-2. Braden Stutzman at second. Davis DeLorfis at first. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Rogues lead 1-0. The pitch. That one hit well down the left field line, but foul.
Wow, Alex really got into that one, John. That's almost 2 that he's hit really hard this game thus far. And it's good to see Alex coming back from his hometown of Lincoln, California, and really swinging it for the Rogues here tonight. Could have broken up the game if that ball hadn't hooked just slightly into the bullpen of the Medford Rogues.
Count remains 1-2. Isola clearly seeing Ryan Sanchez very well here early. Wind picking up, blowing in from left field. Sanchez checks Stutzman, now comes home. Fastball misses outside, evens the count, 2-2.
Just a little bit outside there. But what's really positive for the Rogues, regardless if they score a run here or not, is Sanchez is out there in this heat. As we were talking about, it's been very hot. It's cooling down a little bit. But he's thrown a lot of pitches in this third inning, and to get to a starter at the beginning of their game is really important to make them throw that 20, 30-pitch inning. Gets them out, and it gets to the bullpen.
Perhaps even more important in the first game of a series as well.
Absolutely.
Here's the 2-2. Curveball. Isola fouls it back, does a great job of fouling that pitch back. Just using the eye test. I mean, obviously the numbers are there for Isola, but every single at-bat is a quality at-bat for Alex Isola. It seems like he is taking a couple pitches. He is fighting off 0-2, 1-2 counts. Just a class hitter, and that's not even beginning to discuss how great he is behind the plate as well.
No doubt, and it's been a blessing for me as a pitcher to have Eric Yang and who I actually hasn't caught one of my games, but Alex Isola and then Clay Valenzuela-Reese the other day.
The 2-2 high cheese. Isola can't lay off. A check swing called strike 3 by the field ump. We head to the top of the fourth. Rogues lead 1-0. You're listening to the Medford Rogues broadcast with Jonathan and Jamie, live on MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Rogues fans, if you're looking for a used car or truck, why not head to the dealer that will give you the best quality vehicle at the best price? Crater Lake Ford uses real-time tracking software to research similar makes within hundreds of miles to give you the best car shopping experience while saving you time and money. Crater Lake Ford. Right cars and trucks, right prices, right experiences. Visit CraterLakeFord.com today.
Now, back to Harry and David Field. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball.
Live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. First pitch swinging by Marcus Wellhite, a drive to left center field. That ball is going to fall over the head of Dante Gutierrez. Gets the ball back into the infield, a stand-up double for Marcus Wellhite to lead off the top of the fourth inning.
Wow, and that happened at the drop of a hat there, John. Already a double, and I was just going to say before that happened that it would be really important for Brett Walker to get a quick inning here and get the Medford Rogues defense back in the dugout, back in the shade, most importantly, but back in the groove that they had during that last inning. But here we see Chico being resilient as ever.
So with a runner on second, that will bring up the right fielder Cole Lemmel. Grounded out to second his first time up. First pitch, off speed, misses outside, ball one.
And here's Eric Yang calling this next batter, well, calling all these batters, but seeing the first pitch curveball there with a runner in scoring position, pitching him a little bit backwards, middle of the order for the Heat. And it's important to note that the Rogues catchers have just been so good, as I was talking about at the end of last inning.
The 1-0, a cue shot that gets through the right side of the infield for a base hit. The third base coach for the Heat will hold up Marcus Wellhite. Lemmel is a board. I'm not sure, was that a cue shot or was it a jam?
Definitely a little bit of English on it.
Certainly,
at
absolutely.
The end over there.
Ton of spin.
And Stutzman was playing more up the middle at second base. Brett did a really good job. That's one of the ones that you tip your cap, kind of the hitter, and to the bat for not breaking, because it looked like the ball was inside, and definitely a jam shot, and it, kind of got through the right side of the infield past Johnny over there at first, and obviously Stutzman up the middle. And it's one of those ones that, you make the pitch, and as frustrating as it is for a pitcher, you have to get to the next pitch, and we'll see if Brett can do that, because he can minimize here. The Rogues still up 1-0. A double play would be huge with no outs here in the top of the fourth.
First pitch swinging by Garrett Kelly, hits a drive to center field. Lowry picks it up. The throw is going to be cut off at the mound. The tying run comes home. The Chico Heat cash in the leadoff double by Marcus Wellhite. We are tied at 1 here in the fourth.
And that might be the next best thing from a Rogue standpoint to a double play ball there, is that one was hit deep enough. Good job by Wellhite to get that sacrifice fly and get the tying run plated there. But the runner stays at first base. The double play still in order for Brett to get out of this pretty quickly, regardless of the run being scored.
I don't think any of us thought the Rogues were going to win this ball game 1-1, or 1-0 rather.
Yeah, definitely tough to win 1-1. Sorry, poking a little bit of fun at you there. But
rightfully so.
1-0 would have been something that I'm not sure anybody would have predicted here for sure. But definitely going to be a low-scoring game tonight. First game of the series. Bullpen's ready to go. Starters doing a good job here.
Running on the pitch is Joe Bath. A great throw by Eric Yang, not in time.
No.
I don't know how that happened. What is that call by the field ump? He brought his fist down.
He did, because it looked like there was an out there, John. And so what happened is Braden Stutzman put the tag down, and his glove kind of got sandwiched between the runner's cleat and the bag, and the ball, I guess, appeared to squirt out of his glove.
Oh.
So credit Eric Yang, though, with an outstanding one-hop throw there.
Oh, terrific.
And that's another thing that we can talk all day about as far as our catchers are concerned. And obviously I'm biased because I'm a pitcher, but they do a great job of throwing runners out and helping us to hold runners. Great throw there.
The 1-0 the catcher, Joe Bath, hit down the first base line. De La Cruz is there. Over to third is Cole Lemmel. Lemmel was the one who stole that base. Joe Bath is the second out of the inning.
And a really good stolen base there because of the fact that that was a tailor-made double play ball there to Johnny De La Cruz. And he was playing a little bit further back, per se, on that once the runner got to second base. But when he was at first, he was holding them on, and that would have been for sure the good 3-4 or 3-6-3 double play. And Brett does a good job of getting another out there. But talking again about Eric Yang on that throw, does a great job. But if we also talk about Braden Stutzman, he hasn't been in the infield too much for the Rogues, John. And that's something, you get a great throw. It's on a hop. He does what he is very capable of doing, as I've watched him do the past 2 seasons. But something about somebody not getting those reps as much, definitely not helping the Rogues in that situation.
Sure, the muscle memory just maybe isn't there for Braden, who catches for the University of Oregon during the fall. Just shows you how, how plentiful of wealth we have at the position.
Absolutely.
1-1 the count to Jack Walsh. That curveball drops in there for a strike. Count now 1-2.
Big 1-1 off speed there, John, because it shows him that you have it, and it gets it in the back of his mind to throw another really good one or a fastball that he can't catch up to.
The 1-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. Dropped by Eric Yang. The calm throw over to De La Cruz ends the inning. The leadoff double by Marcus Wilhite comes home. We are tied at 1. We head to the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. I'm Jonathan Kerman. Next to me is Jamie Flynn. We'll be back right after this.
At People's Bank, we know that banking doesn't have to be complicated. Good banking happens when we put people first. Here at People's Bank, we're for the people with big dreams. We're here for families working on creating a better life for their children. We're for businesses investing locally to create a better community we're proud to call home. This is Ken Troutman, president of People's Bank. When we put people first, families grow stronger, businesses thrive, and our community flourishes. People's Bank, we put people first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now, back to Harry and David Field. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball.
Live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. I'm joined by Rogues starting pitcher Jamie Flynn. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning, all tied at 1. Johnny De La Cruz leading things off for the Rogues. Ryan Sanchez winds, deals the curveball, misses inside for ball 1. Little bit of copycat there. I've noticed Brett Walker this entire game has been using that curveball early and often in counts. Here's the 1-0, misses low. 2 balls and no strikes to Johnny De La Cruz.
And Sanchez, more so than Brett Walker, has thrown a higher curveball or breaking ball early in the count, and the umpire behind the plate's done a great job of calling it a ball, I think. Not even from a biased standpoint for the Rogues. You don't want to see a high curveball being called a strike by an
impossible
umpire.
to hit.
It's tough.
That one hit high in the air. I mean high in the infield. Second baseman Eric Robles drops the ball. De La Cruz was running on the throw. Oh, my word. He is tagged out at second.
Wow.
So a skyscraping pop fly.
Major league pop-up.
A major league pop-up dropped by Eric Robles. De La Cruz was rounding first as you're taught to do in that situation, right?
Actually, John, I think you're not, and I think it's a great learning point for the Rogues even this deep in the season, it's good to see that the Rogues are still learning things.
Yes.
Because the ball's in front of Johnny right there at second base. If it's shortstop of the third baseman with that high of a pop fly, sure, get on second. He was running hard, which everybody can appreciate. But unfortunately, ran right into the tag about halfway between first and second after the drop. And I love the hustle, but need a little bit of brains there from Johnny, too, and I think he's definitely beating himself up in the dugout.
The 0-1 pitch to Jake Hellwig, swung on and missed. Strike 2. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th, all tied at 1. Ryan Sanchez winds, he deals. That one, fastball misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Jake Hellwig.
Yeah, and Hellwig, one of, 6 Rogues, at least 6 Rogues that are batting normally in the lineup over 300. He's been very consistent. This one.
Drilled down the left field line. That's going to drop for a base hit. Hellwig rounds first. He's gunning for 2. He will be in there with a stand-up double. It's a ground rule double. It bounces into the Rogues' pen. And great job by Jake Hellwig, obviously, but that just highlights the base running error by Johnny De La Cruz. He would be at third base in this situation.
He would be at third, and if, we had a little bit more foul territory down the left field line, could have even scored.
Mm-hmm.
The left fielder was playing in the left center gap and had a long way to run, kind of happy, I'm sure, that ball bounced over the fence. That's his 8th double year, though, for Hellwig, and he's in scoring position. The Rogues looking to punch back here quickly, bottom of the 4th.
There's a opposite field ground rule double by the left-handed hitting Jake Hellwig. The righty, Connor Lowry, smacks a ball down the left field line and foul.
Wow.
My goodness, that reminded me of the ball he hit down in Marysville.
Yes.
One that traveled up and over the 25-foot high walls, up over the additional 15 feet of netting, hits the electrical wiring on the other side of the street.
Near the trains, there's a train track
That's
over there
right.
as well. And Lowry hitting his 2nd home run of the year, and he's still on that number. It'd be nice for him to get one here.
That one swung on and missed. Lowry in an account 0-2.
That ball was absolutely crushed down at Marysville, though. I believe I was pitching in that game, earlier in that game.
I think you were.
Or maybe even the next day. Anyway. Mm-hmm. Absolute rope. I remember Coach Jeff Lyle going, oh my goodness, just as the ball was in flight. Quite a shot by Lowry.
The 0-2. Hit right at the shortstop, bounces up off his chest. He doesn't know where it is. Finally lands in the dirt. So after some unfortunate base running by Johnny De La Cruz, now getting a break here. Runners at the corners.
And we'll have to see what our, ever faithful scorekeeper BG Gould decides on this one, but absolutely crushed at the shortstop. He's telling me it's a hit, as I think it is as well. Mm-hmm. Crushed at the shortstop, and poor guy at shortstop, doesn't have a chance after the one hopper, and we got runners at the corners now, John.
With 2 on and just 1 out, that will bring up Dante Gutierrez. So still the only out in this inning on that weird pop fly tag out by Johnny De La Cruz. Jake Hellwig at third, Connor Lowry at first. Dante Gutierrez, who's playing left field tonight for the Rogues, the left-handed batter, steps in, looking to put the Rogues back on top here in the 4th. Fastball, called strike on the outer edge by the home plate umpire, Jock Bolton.
This is a big at-bat for Dante. He was in and out of the lineup down at Lincoln, and he's been really excited to get more at-bats here. And he's been swinging well for the Rogues this summer, hitting a lot of balls right at people as he did in his first at-bat this game right at the shortstop. RBI time, though, for Dante.
Ryan Sanchez steps off the round, checks the runners at first and third. Everyone's standing around, so like, oh, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, a little old 31 there, pickoff mood. Nobody fooled for the Rogues. Nothing doing, apparently, or as we would think from Josh Hogan and the coaching staff as far as the double steal's concerned.
Outfield almost completely in shade. The infield still in sun. That ball hit high in the air, foul down the third base line and out of play. Gutierrez in a hole 0-2. And the last 3 batters for the Rogues, Hellwig, Lowry, and now Gutierrez, all in 0-2 counts.
All in 0-2 counts, and a pair of hits there for
Hellwig and Lowry.
Hellwig and Lowry, yeah. And Dante looking to get the third one done here. But I think Dante would also take something crushed to the outfield here that's going to score Hellwig to take the lead for the Rogues here.
Here is the 0-2 to Dante Gutierrez. Fastball misses low.
And wow, that's a very, very good take by Gutierrez because it was called a ball, but it was very close, at least from our angle here in the booth, to get the count to 1-2. And Dante, one of the better eyes on the team for sure with the Rogues. Also a catcher, but playing a lot of first base for the Rogues this summer. Catchers usually have great eyes in the box as well.
Here's the 1-2. That one hit to center field. Tokunaga, he's back on it. He'll make the play. Hellwig's going to come home. Here's the plate. The play, it'll be cut off by Marcus Wilhite. Dante Gutierrez delivers the RBI sac fly. The Rogues are back on top here in the fourth. They lead 2-1.
And Dante could have done a lot less damage with that changeup thrown by Sanchez there. A little up in the zone, but Dante did a good job of staying back and doing his job by plating a run and hitting a ball to the outfield. A lot of the times you see that righty-lefty matchup where, you know, a changeup's thrown by the pitcher and they are early and they hit a lazy ground ball to the right side, the left-handed hitter, and instead Dante sticks with the pitch, sticks with the speed, and hits it to left center. Not as hard or on a line as he would have wanted to, but deep enough, surely, to score Hellwig from third. Great job to give the Rogues back their lead.
So with 2 down and a runner on first, Braden Stutzman takes a fastball outside for ball 1. Stutzman walked back in the third inning.
And Stutzman's been doing a really good job off the field, working with his left-handed swing and talking to multiple people in the dugout tonight. We think this could be a huge night for Stutzman behind the plate, feeling good.
That one called strike. Looked to be in the same location. Must have been a little more inside. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Braden Stutzman. Connor Lowry at first. Rogues lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
And I might even see Connor Lowry now in motion, who has been known to run for the Medford Rogues. Maybe even on a 2-strike count he'll be running.
He takes off. Ball low in the dirt. The transfer dropped by Joe Bath. Connor Lowry, just as Jamie Flynn foresaw, steals second base.
You know, sometimes the game's kind to me and it helps me out with some of those, you know, predictions. But Lowry doing a great job getting a jump there. An off-speed pitch at 1-1. A good count to run on, especially in the Great West League. And Lowry doing a good job getting the mishandle by the catcher back there. Didn't need to slide, but gosh, Connor Lowry's one of those tough-nosed kids that is always sliding, even if he's safe by, you know, 4 or 5 steps. And in there safely. And now, here we go, Braden Stutzman, a favorable count. One of those 2-1s that we were talking about earlier, John, that the Rogues haven't been putting great swings on, but Stutzman looking to turn the page here.
Here's the pitch. That one flared into left field. That is going to be caught by Carson McCusker. I think it caught up into that jet stream that's blowing in from left field, stayed up just enough for McCusker to get his glove on it.
A little too much slice from the left-handed swing, but wow, Braden Stutzman hitting that ball extremely hard to left field. I think he'll be very happy with the swing he put on that baseball, and as we've alluded to, his left-handed swings looked very good. Look for him to do some more damage. John, I'm going to stick with you for another half inning if that's all right.
Absolutely, Jamie. We love having you. We head to the 5th. You're listening to Jonathan and Jamie live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. The Rogues would like to thank Rogue Credit Union for their continued support of the Medford Rogues and the surrounding Southern Oregon community. Our friends at Rogue Credit Union are striking out hunger. Rogue Credit Union is donating $10 to Access each time a Rogues pitcher strikes at a player from the opposing team during a home game. Rogue Credit Union. Living local. It's a Rogue thing. Rogues fans, if you like what you see on the live stream, our theme jerseys are still available for auction online. Look in the description box underneath the live stream video. Click on the link for the jersey you want to bid on. They ship anywhere in the world. We have Bacon Night, Christmas in July, and Military Night. Welcome back to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. I'm joined here in the top of the 5th inning by Rogues starting pitcher Jamie Flynn. The first pitch from Brett Walker to the leadoff man here in the bottom, the top of the 5th, the bottom of the order. Eric Robles takes a first pitch strike.
Absolutely, and this is a big zero that Brett Walker needs to throw up here in this frame. And the Rogues have had a mentality all season long and perfected that mentality, I would think, from a pitching standpoint, or as a pitcher, I should say, of punching back when they get scored on. And so the top of the fourth, Chico ties it up. Medford back in the lead already.
The 1-1, Robles shows bunt. Looked like he showed bunt the entire way there. It's called a ball. Must have pulled back.
I think that it was, well, it says on the scoreboard 2-1, so maybe they checked down while we weren't looking, but I think it's 3-0. Oh, it was 2-1, so they must have checked with the first base umpire.
And he must have pulled back.
He concluded that he did not pull back, and it was a strike, so now it's 3-1 to the hitter here, and Brett looking to get this out here early in the fifth.
You need to attack the 9-hitter, especially in this scenario. The 3-1 misses low and inside for ball 4, a leadoff walk here in the top of the fifth.
And Hogan was talking about Robles, earlier in the game when he was up a new 9-hitter and a new hitter period for Chico. We haven't seen him. We don't have him on any of our scorecards previously. Squared around and put a sack down his first at bat and squaring multiple times there. Walking the 9's always tough, so Brett's going to have to deal with the top of the order here in Tokunaga.
Tokunaga always a thorn in the Rogues' side. He shows bunt, pulls back. That one called a strike on the outer edge. 0-1.
I think a very good zone from the umpire here tonight. Brett getting a generous strike call there on the outer half, maybe a little bit out on the black, but a good pitch from Brett and hitting the catcher's mitt for sure is Yang.
Tokunaga shows bunt, tries to poke at it. He bounces it foul. 0-2 to Tokunaga, who is 0-2 on the day.
So Yang does a very good job there on that last pitch. It's kind of just a little psychological game. He pumps his mitt kind of inside there and then gets a break. I think it was a changeup. I don't think it was a breaking ball on the last pitch, but I think it was a changeup away, and it fooled Tokunaga enough to not be able to lay that bunt down, and now he's an 0-2. I'd be surprised if he's bunting here yet again.
Runner on first, no one out here in the top of the fifth. Here's the 0-2 from Walker. Robles takes off. That one's outside. The throw is going to be high over the head of Scotty Wright. Sails into center field. It'll be a stolen base for Eric Robles. Not headed to third on the throw.
Robles got a really good jump there, but Yang had a chance to throw him out, even though that ball was actually in the left-handed batter's box. Sort of slider or curveball getting away from Brett Walker there. Yang rushed his throw a little too much, I think, there, John, or he would have had a shot to throw out, potentially throw out another runner tonight.
The first one, Cole Lemmel, a great throw by Eric Yang. Just something happened there on the tag. He was ruled safe. Eric Robles in safely at second. The 1-2 to Tokunaga, hit very softly to the shortstop. DeLorfis, bare hand throw over to first in time to get Tanner Tokunaga.
Outstanding play, and Davis made one of those earlier in the Lincoln series, but the turf is much more kind to a hop like that.
Absolutely.
And he got that ball right as it came off the grass onto the dirt. Outstanding play by Davis there, gives Walker a chance to get a punch out here and then some sort of other out to minimize the inning and keep the Rogues' lead intact as the runner's now on third base.
Robles, the speedy second baseman, ahead of that ball. The first pitch to the 2-hitter, Brandon De La Guardia, off speed, drops in there for a strike. 0-1. Runner on first, one out here in the top of the fifth.
And infield in, and it even looks like Dante Gutierrez is in slightly and left, maybe to try to throw a runner out here based on his arm, which is all good. All the Medford Rogues outfielders, Connor Lowry obviously exceptional, but our corner outfielders very good as well to try to throw this runner out from third. We'll see what Walker does here.
The 0-1. Chopped right at the third baseman. Clay Valenzuela-Reese looks him back. The throw over to first in time for the second out of the inning. Now, it's obviously easy to say this from up here in the box, but it seemed like Valenzuela-Reese may have had a chance to just charge right at Eric Robles. He was a couple feet off the bag. Is that situation, do you just look the runner back and try to get that second out, that sure out?
I think initially, of course, that's your thought process, is to make sure you get an out. And I think that the coaches would be, and the players would be very disappointed in Clay if he decided to try to be a hero there and get the guy at third. So I think you take the out. Walker's been doing a very good job. Only 4 hits for Chico thus far. You take your chances with your pitcher going and getting this next batter.
The 1-0. Misses low. 2 balls and no strikes to Carson McCusker. He struck out looking his first time up. He's 0 for 2.
I think another thing when we get back to Yang making those last 2 throws, John, he didn't really have a chance to throw anybody out in Scotty Wright's game the other night. he might be cold as far as his arms concerned and conditioned to throwing down to second base.
The 2-0 rather misses inside, runs the count to 3 balls and no strikes. Eric Robles, who led the inning off with a walk, is at third base. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Rogues lead 2-1. Walker into the windup. The 3-0 misses outside for ball 4.
And I could easily see a mound visit here just because of, not because Brett's struggling or tired, but because of the fact that there might be a little strategy involved. And as Davis is actually going to talk to him, I don't see Jeff Lyle moving quite too much towards the mound, but a little bit of strategy here. 3 hitters up in the order here for Chico. You want to minimize, you want to make the right pitch, and you want to make sure that you're not just giving them a good pitch here to go and do some damage, and maybe even a ball in the gap here scores the runner from first. Good legs on the runner at first, and so Brett needing to kind of knuckle down here and get this 3rd out here in the 5th.
Marcus Wilhite struck out looking his first time up, doubled and scored the lone run of the heat back in the 4th. Left-handed batter takes a first pitch outside for ball 1.
And that's now 5 straight from Walker, and the wind blowing in from left, and we also see in left field the Rogues bullpen moving. It looks like Nick Parr's little red mid out there that I'm used to seeing all the time. A really good pitch there, though, on the changeup from Brett Walker. A 1-0 changeup. Well done to get a swing and a miss from the lefty here.
1-1 the count to Marcus Wilhite. Runners at the corners, 2 outs in the 5th. Pitch misses outside. Count now 2-1 to Marcus Wilhite.
And I did see him adjust his spectacles down in the bullpen for the Rogues so that I can confirm that is Nick Parr getting hot for the Rogues here in the 5th.
The 2-1. Fouled back into the net. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deuce is wild. 2 outs, 2 on. Here in the top of the 5th, Rogues lead 2-1.
A lot of 2s up on that board. Looking for a 3 in the out column is Brett Walker here as he comes into the stretch here. Nothing doing at first.
That one swung on, foul tipped. Looks like I got a piece of Yang. He is hurting right now. Is it a balk that was called?
No, not a balk, just a foul tip. A really good changeup yet again on the 2-2 count from Brett Walker. Just slightly fouled back off of Yang, and the umpire giving Yang a little bit of time here, talking to our ball boy for the night, Dylan Pierce, another one of my fellow pitchers here for the Rogues. Dust off the plate. Giving Yang a little bit of time, though, although Brett ready to go here with the next pitch.
The 2-2 misses outside for ball 3. Eric Robles, who's at third base, ran all the way home on that foul tip. He fooled me up in the press box.
Yeah, deked us both, I think, a little bit. I thought it got away from Yang on a strike 3, but apparently it hit off the bat of the batter here. And
here we are in a full count. The pitch. Called strike 3 on the inner outside. Inner corner. Marcus Wilhite was headed to first. Instead, he'll head to the dugout.
He will head to the dugout, and Brett Walker working away there tenaciously in that at-bat, and he decides to go inside with a fastball, whether that was Eric Yang's call or Brett Walker's. I will go find out, though, John. I'm heading back down. Thank you so much for having me this evening.
Jamie, thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you. That was Jamie Flynn, Rogues starting pitcher, with me on the call. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your Rogues lead 2-1. You're listening to the Medford Rogues broadcast live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Rogue Regency Inn and Suites is the official host hotel of the Medford Rogues. Whether you're in Southern Oregon for a quick stay or a longer visit, Rogue Regency has a warm, casually elegant atmosphere with plenty to offer, including Chadwick's, the official sports bar of the Medford Rogues. Make sure you head to the post-game party headquarters, Chadwick's Pub and Sports Bar, and the Rogue Regency Inn and Suites. Welcome back, Rogue Nation. Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rogues lead 2-1. First pitch to Clay Valenzuela sends a charge into left field. Going back as the outfielder, he will have room. That's Carson McCusker, makes the grab for the first out of the 5th. Clay Valenzuela modeling those bacon jerseys, which you can bid on right now online. Just click on the link in the description box below. We have Bacon Night jerseys, Christmas in July jerseys, and Military Night jerseys. All available for auction. With 1 out and nobody on, that will bring up Davis DeLorfis. First pitch to DeLorfis, misses low, ball 1. Jamie Flynn heading back to the Rogues dugout. Always a pleasure having him on the call. Love his insight, not only as a ball player, but just as a fan of baseball. That one misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Davis DeLorfis. DeLorfis, his first time up, hit kind of a swinging bunt down the third base line. He stumbled out of the box. Here's the 2-0 from Ryan Sanchez. That one cued down the first base line. Marcus Wellhead is there, flips over to Ryan Sanchez for the second out. Looked like, back in that first inning, it looked like DeLorfis may have injured himself. He was safe at first because the third baseman, Brandon De La Guardia of the Chico Heat, dropped the ball as he was trying to charge and throw out DeLorfis. Josh Hogan came over to check on DeLorfis. Hogan, the third base coach, jogging across the diamond. DeLorfis waved him off, said, "No, thanks, I don't need it." His second time up, legged out an infield single, so he's okay. With 2 outs and nobody on, that will bring up Eric Yang. First pitch, called strike on the outside edge. David and Pat, yes, we do have some windows open. I have a fan blowing on me as well. We're doing our best to stay cool. The sun is beginning to set, my favorite time of the evening here at Harry and David Field. Evens the count 1-1. Jamie and Flynn and I were going back and forth, but I just wanted to thank you, Don, so much for those kind words. It really means a lot. The next pitch to Eric Yang misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th. Rogues lead 2-1. It was talking about Scotty Wright's perfect game a couple days ago in Lincoln. It's such a special moment, and I'm so honored to be a part of it. Fastball, that one driven to right field. Going back is Cole Lemmel. He's at the warning track. He makes the grab for the final out of the inning. Couple stung balls by the Rogues. Nothing doing. 1-2-3 in the 5th. We head to the 6th. Rogues on top, 2-1. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. This Rogues broadcast is brought to you by Morton's Family Dining and Bar. Morton's offers something for everyone. Morton's has a full sports bar, a separate family dining side of the restaurant, and even delivery. Check out their website, mortons.com. That's Morton's with 2 R's.
the Rogues on social media for giveaways, special behind-the-scenes features, and more. Like us on Facebook at Medford Rogues Baseball and follow along on Twitter and Instagram at Medford Rogues.
Welcome back, Rogue Nation. Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We have a pitching change here at Harry and David Field. On the mound for your Rogues from Las Vegas, Nevada, 5'10" freshman attending Western Oregon University, the right-hander described as the cute one with glasses and a almost nailed that one. A right arm tattoo. Nick Parr on the mound for your Medford Rogues. Final line for Brett Walker, 5 innings pitched, scattering 4 hits, striking out 5, giving up just 1 earned run. Nick Parr, first pitch to Cole Lemmel, swung on and missed, strike 1. Cole Lemmel 1 for 2. He singled and stole a base in the 4th inning. Nick Parr comes set. That one misses high, evens the count 1-1. Indeed, Doug, a terrific job by Brett Walker. A terrific bounce-back performance after a couple shaky outings his last few times up. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cole Lemmel. Nobody on, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Rogues lead 2-1. Nick Parr comes home. Curveball misses high. Count now 2-1. The final regular season homestand here at Harry and David Field. It's incredible how quickly this season has gone by. Here's the 2-1. Hit high in the air, foul off the first base side and out of play into the parking lot. Evens the count 2-2. Sun beginning to set, the silhouette of the mountain range back behind deep into the horizon in left field, appearing a orange-pink hue emanating up from the silhouette as you look up into the sky. Still light blue overhead. The hitter Cole Lemmel calls time, gives me a chance to complete my thought, continue to paint the scenery here at Harry and David Field. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Nick Parr comes in, gets a strikeout here in the top of the 6th, and that will bring up Garrett Kelly.
Batting next for Chico, Garrett Kelly.
Kelly tripled back in the 2nd inning. Would not come home. Brett Walker would strike out the next batter, Joe Bath, who was on deck. Garrett Kelly had a sacrifice fly in the 4th inning to give the Heat their lone run in this ballgame. 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors for the Heat, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Rogues. Nick Parr comes set. Here's the first pitch to Garrett Kelly. Fastball catches the outer edge for a strike. Nick Parr looks in. Eric Yang gives him the sign. Here's the 0-1. Hit well down the left field line. That's going to fall for a base hit. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Gutierrez is there. He picks the ball up, throws it into Delorfus, the cutoff man. A 1-out double for Garrett Kelly. Outfield had been shaded over to the right, expecting Kelly not to pull. He does. It's a 1-out double here in the top of the 6th, and that will bring up the catcher, Joe Bath. Score update for you from around the Great West League. Keeping an eye on the game down in Marysville, where Lincoln is playing Marysville, and Marysville is absolutely pouring it on. 12-0 the score down in Marysville. Gold Sox all over the Potters. The Rogues' magic number is 3. Any combination of 3 Rogues wins and Potter's losses means the Rogues clinch the Great West League regular season title and home field advantage throughout the playoffs. First pitch from Nick Parr misses outside to Joe Bath. 1-0 the count. Marysville getting 5 in the first, 5 in the second, 2 more here in the third. So the Gold Sox taking care of business down in Cali. Rogues trying to hold on here. 1-0 the count to Joe Bath. Here's the pitch. Fastball catches the outer edge for a strike. Evens the count 1-1. Runner on second, that's Garrett Kelly. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Rogues lead 2-1. Here's the 1-1. Fastball, that one misses just outside. Count now 2-1 to Joe Bath. Joe Bath struck out in the second, grounded out to first in the fourth. Here's the 2-1. The runner goes. That one fouled back and out of play. Garrett Kelly running on the pitch. A rare attempt at a steal at third. Eric Yang demonstrating he has the chops to throw out runners. Not just tonight, but all season. Gutsy call by the Chico Heat staff. Count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Joe Bath. 1 out, runner on second here in the top of the 6th. Nick Parr comes set. Looks back at second. Now comes home, runner not going. Curveball fouled back and out of play. Count will remain 2-2. The pink and orange continuing to grow out there in left field. Starts to eat up more and more of the sky. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Joe Bath. Nick Parr looks back at second, now comes home. That one hit foul down the first base line and out of play out behind the berm. We'll do this again. It's cooled down to a very pleasant 97 degrees here at Harry and David Field. Once you're out of the sun, the night becomes so much more pleasant. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on here in the top of the 6th. Nick Parr trying to punch out Joe Bath. Parr will step off the rubber. Garrett Kelly over there at second will hop back on the bag. DeLorfus and Yang will go out to have a conversation.
Guess what? I got a fever.
1 run, 5 hits, 3 errors for the Heat. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Rogues. Rogues fans, if you like what Connor Lowry is wearing on the live stream, that jersey is available for auction. Check the description box underneath the live stream graphic. Click on the link to be taken to our eBay page. The opportunity to bid on Military Night, which you see Connor Lowry modeling there for you. Also Bacon Night and Christmas in July. Conversation over. 2 balls, 1 strike the count to Joe Bath. Runner on second, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. 2-1, Rogues on top. Here's the 2-2. Fastball fouled back and out of play. A long at-bat continues for Joe Bath. This is the final regular season home game for the Medford Rogues. Hope you join us tomorrow. Same time, same place, 6:35 p.m. Ram $2 Tuesday. Bleacher tickets just $2, courtesy of Ram Restaurant and Brewery. Count remains 2-2. 1 out, runner on second. Here's the pitch from Nick Parr. Kelly takes off. That one fouled back into the netting, and we'll do this again. Fans, we also hope you join us Wednesday, August 2nd, for Fan Appreciation Night. We are celebrating the greatest fans in the Great West League you, Rogue Nation. First 500 fans in attendance will receive a free Rowdy's bobblehead, courtesy of Rogue Credit Union. All fans will enjoy discounted food, beverages, and merchandise all game long. The 2-2. That one hit to left center field, and Lowry going back, that's over his head. Garrett Kelly is going to score. Joe Bath into second with an RBI stand-up double. We are all tied at 2 here in the 6th.
Jack Walsh now batting for Chico.
That will bring up the shortstop, Jack Walsh. Walsh singled in the 3rd and struck out in the 4th. Josh Hogan going out, and that might do it for Nick Parr. We'll have a pitching change here in the 6th, all tied at 2. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Most do-it-yourselfers know that if you do it yourself, you get more for your money. At No Frills Flooring, get the absolute best prices on carpet, vinyl, hardwood, laminate, natural stone, porcelain tile, and granite slabs for countertops. No Frills Flooring is a wholesale supplier of floor covering materials targeted to serving the construction industry and do-it-yourselfers. With a large selection of the most desired products available at the lowest prices, they want to help you with your project. Stop in one of their stores located on Ross Anley Drive in Medford or E Street in Grants Pass, or visit NoFrillsFlooring.com. When No Frills says more floors, they mean it. Welcome back, Rogue Nation. Top of the 6th inning, all tied at 2. The new pitcher for the Medford Rogues is Colton Westfall. That one misses inside for Jack Walsh. Colton Westfall, local here of the Rogue Valley. This is his 2nd year with the Rogues. That next one misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 misses outside. So now the count 3-0 to Jack Walsh. Joe Bath at 2nd. 1 out here in the top of the 6th, all tied at 2. That one misses low for ball 4. So Colton Westfall issues a 4-pitch walk to Jack Walsh. Heat now have runners on 1st and 2nd, and that will bring up the 9-hitter Eric Robles.
Now batting for Chico, Eric Robles.
Nick Parr started this inning, was in an absolute battle with Joe Bath on the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Gave up a double that scored Garrett Kelly to tie this game at 2. Bunt laid down by Robles, it rolls foul. Count is 0-1. Joe Bath over there at 2nd, Jack Walsh at 1st. 2-2 the score, 1 out in the top of the 6th. Westfall attending Southern Idaho University alongside Taylor Frost, making his 7th appearance for the Rogues. The 0-1. Called strike on the outer edge. Westfall ahead of Robles 0-2. The sunset turning pinker and pinker by the minute. Here's the 0-2. Chopper to the shortstop. DeLorfis gets his glove on it, but can't corral it. It will be a base hit for Eric Robles, and the Heat have the bases loaded and 1 out, and the leadoff man, Tanner Tokunaga, coming up.
Batting next for Chico, Tanner Tokunaga.
Another score update in Marysville. 14-0 the score in the top of the 4th. The Lincoln Potters just got their first hit of the ball game. Doug Nimura on the mound for the Gold Sox, pitching an absolute gem for them. The Gold Sox offense backing him big. Back to this one. First pitch swung on and missed by Tanner Tokunaga. He's 0 for 3 today. Magic number for the Rogues is 3. Any combination of Rogues wins and Potters losses means the Rogues clinch the regular season title and home field advantage. The 0-1 popped up high and into shallow center field. Connor Lowry coming on. He will make the grab for that all-important second out. Runners cannot advance. And with 2 down, that will bring up Brandon De La Guardia. Eric Yang walking Colton Westfall back out to the mound. Oh, that's gentlemanly. You know, you don't see that kind of...
Now batting for Chico, Brandon De La Guardia.
Brandon De La Guardia, 0-2 today. Also walked back in the 3rd. Chivalry was the word that I was looking for. You don't see that kind of chivalry every day now. Bases loaded. First pitch to De La Guardia, curveball. Misses inside for ball 1. Rarely at a loss for words. Got stuck there. Bases loaded, 2 outs, all tied at 2 here in the 6th. Colton Westfall looking to get out of a jam. Steps off the rubber. De La Guardia, the 3rd baseman, grounded out to 2nd his first time up, grounded out to 3rd in the 5th. Westfall looks back at 2nd, now comes home. 1-0, gets away from Eric Yang. Runner comes home without a throw. Wild pitch scores Joe Bath, and the Chico Heat take the lead here in the 6th, 3-2. Count is 2-0 to Brandon De La Guardia. All the runners advance. Jack Walsh now at 3rd. Eric Robles now at 2nd. Our 2 outs in the inning. Colton Westfall can limit the damage here. Keep it to a 1-run ball game. De La Guardia batting .256 on the year. The 2-0 misses outside for ball 3. That one misses outside for ball 4. 4-pitch walk loads the bases for Carson McCusker.
Now batting, Carson McCusker.
Carson McCusker 0 for 2, struck out looking back in the 1st. With the bases loaded, takes a first pitch strike. Not the worst case scenario for Colton Westfall and the Rogues, walking that runner with first base open. Here is the 0-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. A great curveball by Colton Westfall. He's 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Westfall comes set. Here's the 0-2 with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Misses outside. Count now 1-2. Eric Yang gives Westfall the sign. Westfall steps off the rubber, gives a second to collect himself. Now McCusker steps out of the batter's box. Everyone's set. Bases are loaded. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Here's the pitch from Westfall. Fastball misses outside. Evens the count, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 from Westfall. Foul tipped at the plate. Westfall in a battle here with Carson McCusker. The count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Rogues trail 3-2 here in the top of the 6th. The pitch home. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Colton Westfall gets out of the bases loaded jam with minimal damage. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Rogues trail by 1. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. The Rogues would like to thank Rogue Credit Union for their continued support of the Medford Rogues and the surrounding Southern Oregon community. Our friends at Rogue Credit Union are striking out hunger. Rogue Credit Union is donating $10 to Access each time a Rogues pitcher strikes at a player from the opposing team during a home game. Rogue Credit Union, living local. It's a Rogue thing.
Catch the Rogues all season long, right here on MedfordRogues.com.
Welcome back, Rogue Nation. Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Rogues trail 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Heart of the order coming up for the Rogues. Leading things off, Alex Isola. New pitcher on the mound for the Chico Heat, Sam Gamboa, delivers a first pitch, chest-high strike. Gamboa from Reno, Nevada, rather. The 0-1 misses inside to Isola. Evens the count 1-1. That one misses low. 2 balls and no strike. 1 strike to Alex Isola. Sam Gamboa, redshirt freshman of Feather Rivers Community College. 1-1 on the year for the Heat with a 6.07 ERA, making his 13th appearance. The 2-1 misses high for ball 3. He winds, he deals. Misses high for ball 4. Alex Isola, the tying run, is aboard with a leadoff walk.
Rogues first baseman Johnny
That will bring up Johnny De La Cruz. De La Cruz still looking for his first hit in this ball game. Alex Isola takes his lead from first. 1-0. 1-run ball game. First pitch to De La Cruz misses high. Ball 1. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us here on the live stream. I'm Jonathan Kerman. It's an honor to bring you Medford Rogues baseball live from Harry and David Field. If you haven't had a chance to come out here, you still have 2 more games. Tomorrow, August 1st, and Wednesday, August 2nd. First pitch, 6:35 p.m. The 1-0 to De La Cruz. Fastball catches the outer edge for a strike. Evens the count 1-1. Another gorgeous sunset here at Harry and David Field. The pinks darkening into purples out there behind left field. That one hit high in the air to left field, charging our trio of heat, and it's going to be caught by the second baseman, Eric Robles. A sliding catch right there on the foul line robs De La Cruz of a base hit. 1 down. That will bring up Jake Helwig.
Batting next, your Rogues right fielder, Jake Helwig.
Helwig, who you see modeling the military night jerseys here on the live stream, hit a ground rule double with 1 out in the 4th. He would eventually come around to score on the RBI sac fly by Dante Gutierrez. The first pitch to Helwig misses high. Ball 1. Alex Isola over there at first. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th in a 1-run game. Fastball catches the outer edge, evens the count 1-1. That one catches the lower outside corner. Helwig behind 1-2. Helwig batting .311 on the year for the Rogues. The first 6 hitters in this Rogues lineup are hitting .300 or better. That one hit high in the air, another major league pop-up, this time over to the left side of the infield. Jack Walsh is under it. He makes the grab for the second out of the inning. So with 2 down, runner on first, that will bring up Connor Lowry.
Now batting, Rogues center fielder.
Connor Lowry singled and scored second back in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. Lowry continuing to up that batting average, now at .268. Alex Isola at first, led the inning off with a walk. First pitch, hit to the left side of the infield. The shortstop, Jack Walsh, makes a Jeter-esque throw. Not going to be in time to get Connor Lowry, though. Lowry hustling down the line, legs out the infield single. A softly hit ball into the hole between third and short. Jack Walsh did as much as you could do on that ball. Made the backhanded grab, the turn and long throw.
Dante Gutierrez.
Just a hair late. Isola now in scoring position. And with 2 on, that will bring up Dante Gutierrez. Gutierrez, or El Tortuga as he's called by the Rogues dugout, steps in. Hit that RBI sac fly that scored Jake Helwig back in the 4th inning. Batting .262 with 24 RBI for the Rogues. Alex Isola at second, Connor Lowry at first. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Rogues trail 3-2. Gutierrez, the left-handed batter with that open stance, comes, hits a ball softly to the third baseman. De La Guardia is there. The throw over to first is low, picked by Marcus Wilhite for the final out of the inning. Rogues strand 2. We head to the 7th. Rogues trail 3-2. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Most do-it-yourselfers know that if you do it yourself, you get more for your money. At No Frills Flooring, get the absolute best prices on carpet, vinyl, hardwood, laminate, natural stone, porcelain tile, and granite slabs for countertops. No Frills Flooring is a wholesale supplier of floor covering materials targeted to serving the construction industry and do-it-yourselfers. With a large selection of the most desired products available at the lowest prices, they want to help you with your project. Stop in one of their stores located on Ross Anley Drive in Medford or E Street in Grants Pass, or visit NoFrillsFlooring.com. When No Frills says more floors, they mean it.
Now, back to Harry and David Field. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball.
Live on MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. First pitch by Malik Evans, the new pitcher on the mound for the Rogues, is outside. Ball 1 to Marcus Wilhite. Malik Evans working quickly. Next one misses outside, 2-0. Malik Evans from Campbellsville University. Here's the 2-0. That one misses low, ball 3. And that one misses outside for ball 4. So Malik Evans, on in relief, throws 4 straight balls to Marcus Wilhite to lead off the 7th inning.
Now batting, Cole Lemmel.
Malik Evans, record of 3-3 on the year, 4.59 ERA, making his 15th appearance for the Rogues. Has 10 strikeouts in 15 2/3 innings pitched. He'll have to work around a leadoff walk. First pitch in there for a strike to Cole Lemmel. Lemmel singled and stole a base back in the 4th inning, made it to 3rd, but would not score. Here's the 1-0 from Malik Evans. Fastball misses high, evens the count 1-1. Top of the 7th inning, Rogues trail 3-2. Game 1 of the final 3-game series in the regular season at Harry and David Field. That one hit well to left field. Gutierrez took a step forward. Now it's to take a step back. He has it a few feet from the warning track. Gutierrez fooled a little bit, but recovered for the first out of the 7th. So with one down, that will bring up Garrett Kelly.
Batting next for Chico.
Kelly having himself quite a day. He tripled in the 2nd, hit a sacrifice RBI in the 4th, doubled and scored in the 6th. Runner on first, that's Marcus Wilhite. 1 out in the top of the 7th. Malik Evans on the mound for your Medford Rogues. Throw over to first, not in time. De La Cruz holding on Marcus Wilhite. Garrett Kelly, the right-handed hitting left fielder, steps into the box. Here's the first pitch from Evans. Fastball catches the inner half of the plate for strike 1. Malik Evans will join DJ Wilson, Clay Valenzuela-Reese, and Connor Lowry at Campbellsville University in the fall. Here's the 0-1 from Malik Evans. That one hit to right field. Helwig going back. He has room. He makes the grab for the 2nd out of the inning. So with 2 down, that will bring up the catcher, Joe Bath. Bath had a 9 pitch at bat. A battle with Rogues pitcher Nick Parr eventually resulted in an RBI double for Bath. He's 1 for 3 today. Bath struck out his first time up, grounded to first in the 4th. Malik Evans looks in. He gets the sign. The right-hander comes set. 2 outs, runner on first. Here's the pitch. Curveball drops in there for a strike. Eric Yang working in that off-speed early and often. Doesn't matter who's on the mound. Brett Walker, the starter for the Rogues, pitched a terrific 5 innings but will not factor into the decision tonight. That one misses low, evens the count 1-1. Walker scattered 4 hits, gave up just 1 earned run, and struck out 4 in 5 innings. Here's the 1-1 from Malik Evans. That one misses outside. Count now 2-1 to the Heat catcher, Joe Bath. The 2-1. Fastball just misses inside. Count now 3-1 to Joe Bath. Waiting on deck, the shortstop, Jack Walsh. The bottom of the order doing most of the damage for the Chico Heat in this ballgame. The 3-1. That one a shot to left field. Gutierrez going back. Looks like he will not have room. We'll see what happens. I think that ball bounced off the wall. It did. It is a double for Joe Bath, his second of the day. That will score Garrett Kelly from first. Rather, Marcus Wilhite from first. The score now 4-2, Chico on top. That ball was hit a long way to left field, bounced at the wall. Gutierrez played it as well as any left fielder could, got the ball back in as quickly as possible. But the leadoff walk burns Malik Evans. Comes around to score. 4-2 now, Heat on top over the Rogues. With a runner on second, Jack Walsh takes a first pitch outside for ball 1. Walsh 1 for 2, singled in the 3rd, struck out in the 4th, walked in the 6th. That one misses low. 2 balls and no strikes to Jack Walsh. Joe Bath, the catcher, out there at second. Malik Evans looks back, now comes home. That one hit right at and over the head of Braden Stutzman. He gave it a great jump. They're going to wave the runner home. The throw at the plate not going to be in time. The throw over to second is not going to be in time. An RBI single by Jack Walsh gives the Heat a 5-2 lead. He advances to second on the fielder's choice. Helwig gave it a good try throwing in from right field, but Joe Bath runs well for a catcher. He comes in ahead of the tag. 5-2 now, Heat on top.
Now batting, Eric Robles.
It's a flare single by Jack Walsh. Braden Stutzman just didn't have enough on that vertical leap to catch that ball. Eric Robles, who has tried to bunt every time up, bunts that one foul. 0-1 in the count. Jack Walsh is at second base, advances second on the throw home. 2 outs here in the 7th. Rogues trail 5-2. Malik Evans comes set. The left-handed hitting Eric Robles waits on the 0-1. Here it is. Misses low. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Evans comes set. The sky darkening here at Harry and David Field. The 1-1 shows bunt Called strike. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Eric Robles. Had a sacrifice bunt in the 3rd, walked in the 5th, had a bunt single in the 6th. He's 1 for 1. The pitch home, hit right at Johnny De La Cruz, knocks it down with his glove. The throw over to Malik Evans in time to get Eric Robles. No! They're ruled that the ball went out of his glove. So Walsh will score from second base. Boy, Malik Evans hustling down the line, stepped on the bag ahead of Eric Robles, but couldn't hold on to the ball. It'll be an error, unfortunately, on Johnny De La Cruz, the first one of the day. Jack Walsh comes home. It's an unearned run. But the Heat opening things up here in the 6th. The score now opening up things here in the 7th now. The score 6-2. First pitch to the leadoff man, Tanner Tokunaga, misses low for ball 1. Boy, Malik Evans made a terrific effort to beat Eric Robles, who is a speedster. Malik Evans beat Robles to the bag, but just couldn't hold on to the ball on the flip by Johnny De La Cruz. That one misses low. 2 balls and no strikes to Tanner Tokunaga, who is 0 for 4 in this ballgame. That one called strike on the inner half. Runner at first, that's Eric Robles. 2 outs in the 7th. Malik Evans comes home. The 2-1 bounces on the mound up the middle. DeLorfis falls down, but as he falls, backhand flips to Braden Stutzman, who steps on the bag for 2. Great job by Braden Stutzman and Davis DeLorfis. DeLorfis in particular fell down as he collected that ball, but as he fell to the dirt, flipped the ball to Braden Stutzman, who stepped on the bag at second. Bottom of the 7th inning, Rogues trail 6-2. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Fans, I can't tell you how many times we've had to replace a window at Harry and David Field because of a stray fly ball. When we need our windows fixed or replaced, the only team we trust are the folks at Bill's Glass. With locations in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass, Bill's Glass is the fastest and most affordable glass service in Southern Oregon. When you hear that crash, think Bill's Glass. Welcome back, Medford Rogues Nation. Welcome back, Rogue Nation, to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com. I think the heat's getting to me. Bottom of the 7th inning, Rogues trail 6-2. Braden Stutzman leads things off for the Rogues, takes a first pitch for a strike. 0-1 the count. The switch hitter from Twin Falls, Idaho, batting from the left side with the right-hander Sam Gamboa on the mound for the Heat. The 0-1. That one a flare into left field. Coming on is Carson McCusker. He's under it. Makes the grab for the first out of the 7th. So with one down, that will turn the lineup over for Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Valenzuela-Reese 0 for 2 today. Had a sacrifice bunt back in the 3rd. moved Braden Stutzman over to second. 1 out, nobody on. First pitch to Valenzuela-Reese, misses inside for ball 1. Six runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for the Heat. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Rogues. That one misses inside. Valenzuela-Reese ahead, 2-0. Here is the 0-2 from Sam Gamboa. That one fouled off the first base side. 2 balls and 1 strike to Clay Valenzuela-Reese. That one misses low. Count now 3-1 to Valenzuela-Reese. 1 out, nobody on. Gamboa winds, deals. Misses inside for ball 4. Valenzuela-Reese aboard on the 1-out walk, and that will bring up Davis DeLorfis. DeLorfis reached on an error back in the first inning. Kind of a swinging bunt. DeLorfis stumbled out of the batter's box, appeared to pull something, like a quad or something like that. The third baseman for the Heat, Brandon De La Guardia, charging on the ball, overruns it. DeLorfis able to hobble his way to first base. Josh Hogan, the third base coach and the manager for the Rogues, crossing the diamond to check on DeLorfis. By the time Hogan had reached the first base bag, DeLorfis had waved him off, saying, "I'm fine." Later in the ballgame, DeLorfis would leg out an infield single, so his legs are okay. He's 1 for 2. First pitch to DeLorfis, in there for a strike. The 0-1 misses outside, evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 misses in. So DeLorfis ahead, 2 balls and 1 strike. Clay Valenzuela-Reese at first, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Rogues have some work to do. They trail 6-2. That one a shot to left field. Carson McCusker has room. He will make the grab for the 2nd out of the 7th. With 2 down, that will bring up the former Great West League Player of the Week, Eric Yang. Eric Yang giving way to Scotty Wright, who was awarded the Great West League Player of the Week just today. Clay Valenzuela-Reese at first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Eric Yang still looking for his first hit of the ballgame. That one called strike at the knees. Eric Yang, the catcher from UC Santa Barbara, waits on the 0-1. He strokes that one in left field. Tokunaga coming on. He will make the grab for the final out of the inning. Well hit ball, but just didn't get down in time. Rogues strand 1. We head to the 8th. 6-2 the score. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Rogues Baseball is brought to you by Claudio Alvarez Construction and Restoration. Founded over 2 decades ago, Claudio Alvarez Construction and Restoration are there when you need them most. Whether it's fire, storm, or water damage, the Alvarez Restoration team is ready and willing to bring your home back to how it used to be. They like to say, when bad stuff happens, we make good stuff happen. Find them at alvarezrestoration.com or by calling 541-727-7340.
let's head back to the ballpark. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com.
Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We are in the top of the 8th inning. Rogues trail 6-2. New pitcher on the mound for the Medford Rogues from Sunnyvale, California. Bobby Wood takes the mound. Wood making his 13th appearance for the Rogues. Wood out of Mission College, 6-foot right-handed thrower. Has 22 strikeouts in 16 innings pitched. He is 2-0 with a 4.50 ERA. He will face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Chico Heat. Brandon De La Guardia, Carson McCusker, and Marcus Wilhite. Brandon De La Guardia takes a long look at his bat, admiring the craftsmanship. Now steps into the box. Bobby Wood toes the rubber. Here's the first pitch to De La Guardia. Misses high, ball 1. Top of the 8th. Rogues trail 6-2. The 1-0 misses high. Count is 2 balls and no strikes to De La Guardia. De La Guardia 0 for 2 with a couple of walks in this ballgame. The pitch from Wood. In there for a strike. Two and 1 the count. Top of the 8th. Rogues trail 6-2. Checking on the Marysville and Lincoln game as the 2-1 hit to Braden Stutzman. He picks it up, the throw over to first in time for the first out of the 8th. Gold Sox all over Lincoln, 16-2 the score. Only in the 5th inning, Marysville has scored in every single inning of that ballgame. 5 in the first, 5 in the second, 4 in the third, 2 in the fourth. So the Gold Sox slowing down, but they have a sizable lead over the Lincoln Potters. The first pitch to Carson McCusker. Misses outside for ball 1. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 8th. Bobby Wood looking to get a quick inning to get the Rogues offense back up to bat. That one fouled back, evens the count 1-1. The 1-1 hit softly. Bobby Wood makes a diving attempt at it. He can't make it. Braden Stutzman backs him up. Throw over to first in time for the second out of the inning. Great effort by Bobby Wood. Laid out to try and snag that ball, but Braden Stutzman had a better play on it. Bobby Wood fortunate, I think, that the ball went under his glove. Regardless, it's out number 2. Nobody on. That will bring up Marcus Wilhite. Marcus Wilhite doubled and scored in the 4th, walked and scored in the 7th. Struck out looking his other 2 times up. The first pitch from Bobby Wood misses outside for ball 1. Wilhite, the left-handed hitting first baseman. Waits on the 1-0 from Bobby Wood. That one, big swing and a miss. Evens the count 1-1. Wood gets the sign from Eric Yang. Here's the 1-1. Curveball misses outside. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. We are in the top of the 8th inning. Rogues trail 6-2. That one in there for a strike. Evens the count 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Bobby Wood on the mound trying to work a 1-2-3 8th inning. Here's the 2-2 from Wood. Shattered bat. The ball hit down the line and going to fall. And it's going to get by Jake Helwig. A rare fielding error by Jake Helwig. Marcus Wilhite, who has the bat handle as he rounds second base, stands up on second base. It'll be a single and an error on Jake Helwig. Boy, Jake Helwig, always so solid out there in center. Just, I don't know, maybe if the broken bat put some funky spin on that ball. I'm not sure what happened. Well, the bat is absolutely shattered. Pretty impressive that Wilhite was able to hit that ball as far as he did on a broken bat.
Now batting Cole Lemmel.
It's a 2-out single and advance to second on the error. That will bring up Cole Lemmel. Lemmel singled and stole a base in the fourth. He's 1 for 4. Bobby Wood comes set. The first pitch to Cole Lemmel. Misses high for ball 1. Six runs, 10 hits, 3 errors for the Heat. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Rogues. The 1-0. That one hits to right field. Helwig is under it. Makes the grab, and that's the final out of the inning. Heat strand 1. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Rogues have some work to do. They have 6 outs to get 4 runs. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. This Rogues broadcast is brought to you by Heroes. Heroes is the new place for gourmet subs, wraps, salads, and burgers. People are really talking about how Heroes is the best sandwich shop in town. Go give them a try. Eat like a hero. Hero Sandwiches.
Let's head back to the ballpark. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com.
Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We are in the bottom of the 8th inning. Rogues down 6-2. Have some work to do. Heart of the order coming up for the Rogues. Starting off, Alex Isola. Isola had an RBI double all the way back in the first inning that scored Davis DeLorphis. First pitch to Alex Isola misses low for ball 1. New pitcher on the mound for the Chico Heat, Grant Dragmeyer. Right-hander from UC Santa Barbara, teammates with Eric Yang. Check swing by Eric Yang. The ball hits his bat and bounces into the Heat dugout. Count is even 1-1. Doug, I agree. It is indeed time for one of the Rogues' patented 5-run innings. An off-speed pitch that goes over the head of a ducking Alex Isola. Count is 2-1. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, Rogues have some work to do. Marysville taking care of Lincoln. They have a 14-run lead in the 5th. That one fouled back into the netting. Isola mad that he didn't do more with that pitch. Evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one, check swing. Did he go around? No, says the field umpire, Brian Rose. Runs the count full to Alex Isola. Isola 1 for 2, had that RBI double. He also walked back in the 6th inning. In a 3-2 count here to lead things off for the Rogues in the 8th. The pitch home. Foul tipped. Count will remain. The 3-2 to Isola. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So with 1 down in the 8th, that will bring up Johnny De La Cruz. De La Cruz still looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Third on the team in batting average, batting .344 coming into this one. 5'11" right-handed outfielder from Houston, Texas. Outfielder and infielder, plays just about everywhere. Left field, first base. First pitch swinging up and over the net, fouled. 0-1 to Johnny De La Cruz. De La Cruz from Houston, Texas, attends the University of Louisiana, Monroe. The 0-1 from Dragmeyer. Fastball misses outside. Evens the count 1-1. Here's the 1-1 with 1 out and nobody on. That one's inside to De La Cruz. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Remember, fans, we are back here tomorrow on a Ram $2 Tuesday. Bleacher tickets are just $2, courtesy of the Ram Restaurant and Brewery here in Medford, Oregon. The 2-1 to Johnny De La Cruz. Fouled back up and over the netting. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And then on Wednesday, August 2nd, the final regular season home game here at Harry and David Field. Off speed, misses outside, runs the count full 3-2. Wednesday is Fan Appreciation Night, the entire evening celebrating you, Rogue Nation, the best fans in the Great West League. Here's the 3-2 to De La Cruz. That one hit high and foul off the first base side and out of play. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Nobody on for Johnny De La Cruz and the Rogues, who trail by 4. The first 500 fans through the gates on Fan Appreciation Night, that's Wednesday, August 2nd, will receive a rowdy bobblehead courtesy of Rogue Credit Union. That one foul tipped back into the netting. De La Cruz stays alive. We'll do this again. Waiting on deck, Jake Helwig. Rogue scoring 1 in the first, 1 in the 4th. That one poked to left field and foul, out of play, onto the berm. So De La Cruz will head back into the batter's box. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat for Johnny De La Cruz in a battle with Grant Dragmeyer. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So 2 down in the 8th. That will bring up Jake Helwig. Helwig had a ground rule double opposite field for the left-handed batter. Hit it down the left field line, bouncing into the Rogues bullpen. He would eventually come around to score on the RBI sac fly by Dante Gutierrez. Sky turned to black here at Harry and David Field. First pitch swinging by Jake Helwig, fouls it back and out of play. 0-1 the count. Dragmeyer gets the sign from Joe Bath. Helwig, the left-handed batter, swings at that one to the second baseman. Eric Robles is there. The throw over to first in time. 1-2-3 go the Rogues in the 8th. We head to the 9th. Rogues trail 6-2. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts.
Let's head back to the ballpark. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com.
Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Top of the ninth inning, Rogues trail 6-2. On the mound, smiling for you back at home, Ryan Carl. The southpaw, local of Medford, Oregon, delivers a first pitch strike to the left fielder, Garrett Kelly. Trying to inject a little bit of fun into this ball game. The Rogues certainly need it, trailing by 4. The next pitch in there for a strike, a great curveball. Ryan Carl ahead of Garrett Kelly, 0-2 the count. Carl attending Pacific University, 5'9" left-hander. Making his 12th appearance of the year for the Rogues. That one misses low. 2 strikes. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Garrett Kelly. Kelly tripled back in the second, had a sacrifice fly RBI in the 4th, doubled and scored in the 6th. That one grounded foul. Count will remain 1-2. 6 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors for the Heat, 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Rogues. Ryan Carl gets the sign, goes into the windup, the 1-2. Smacked foul down the left field line. Playoff tickets are available online. We don't have dates just yet. There are still a couple things that could shake out. That one misses inside, evens the count 2-2. Not sure just where we'll be playing and who will be playing. All that to be decided in the coming days, but you can purchase your tickets to Game 1. That one fouled into the fence. Count will remain 2-2. Top of the 9th inning. Garrett Kelly leading off for the Chico Heat. Bottom of the order, the 7-hitter Joe Bath, who's done most of the damage for the Heat today, waits on deck. Carl, goes into the windup. Curveball, called strike 3 on the outer edge. So Garrett Kelly struck out looking, and that will bring up the catcher Joe Bath. Bath struck out in the 2nd, grounded to first in the 4th, had an RBI double in the 6th. That was that long battle with Nick Parr that
Now batting, Joe Bath.
Bath just kept fouling off pitches, kept fighting, eventually got one he could hit. Had another RBI double, this one off the pitch from Malik Evans. Back in the 7th, also has 2 runs in the ballgame. First pitch to him, a curveball delivered by Ryan Carl in there for a strike. Joe Bath calls time before that pitch was thrown. The 0-1 hit to the third baseman, Valenzuela Reese. He picks it up over to first. De La Cruz picks it up off the ground. A great job by De La Cruz. And that's the 2nd out of the 9th.
Now batting, Jack Walsh.
So that will bring up the shortstop, Jack Walsh. First pitch swinging to Davis DeLorfis, the shortstop, over to first. 1-2-3 for Ryan Carl and the Rogues. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Rogues have 3 outs to get 4 runs. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Stick around, Rogue Nation. Rogues come from behind rally coming up right after this break.
Be sure to follow the Rogues on social media for giveaways, special behind-the-scenes features, and more. Like us on Facebook at Medford Rogues Baseball and follow along on Twitter and Instagram at Medford Rogues.
Welcome back, Medford Rogues fans, live here from Harry and David Field on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We are in the bottom of the ninth inning. The Rogues down by 4 runs, 6-2 the score. On to close this one out for the Chico Heat, local of Chico, California, Sam Abernathy. Abernathy, actually a teammate. No, not a teammate, rather. Ryan Carl attends Pacific University. Sam Abernathy attends the University of Pacific. My mistake. Regardless, Sam Abernathy making his second year with the Heat, a returner of last year's championship team. He's 1-2 this year, has a 2.96 ERA, has 38 strikeouts in 27 and a third innings pitched. Back in the top of the ninth, Ryan Carl with that big smile sent the Heat down 1-2-3, including a strikeout. So Carl did his job. Medford Rogues have some work to do here in the bottom of the ninth. It will be Connor Lowry, Dante Gutierrez, and Braden Stutzman.
Noise for your Rogues center fielder, Connor Lowry.
Connor Lowry, who is 2 for 3 in this ball game, 2 singles and a stolen base, steps up to the bat. Six runs, 10 hits, 3 errors for the Heat. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Rogues, but that's about to change right here. Abernathy, the right-hander, comes home. First pitch, fastball in there for a strike. 0-1 to Connor Lowry. Abernathy winds and deals. The 0-1 catches the inner half. Lowry doesn't like the call. He's in a hole, 0-2. Connor Lowry waits on the 0-2 pitch from Sam Abernathy. Here it is. Fastball fouled out of play into the parking lot. Rogue Nation, we are back here tomorrow night. Same time, 6:35 p.m., same channel, MedfordRogues.com. Here's the 0-2 from Connor Lowry. Misses outside for ball 1. If you haven't had a chance yet, there's still time to come out to Harry and David Field to watch your Medford Rogues play. Last 2 games of the regular season, last 2 home games of the regular season, will be tomorrow and Wednesday. Here's the 1-2 to Lowry. That one hit very high in the air into shallow left field. A trio of Heat players coming on. It'll be the left fielder, Carson McCusker, makes the grab. That's the first out of the ninth. So with 1 down, that will bring up Dante Gutierrez. Dante Gutierrez hit an RBI sac fly back in the 4th inning that scored Jake Helwig, who had a 1-out ground rule double earlier in that inning. Gutierrez, the left-handed batter, stepped into that box with that open stance. Here's the first pitch. Fastball catches the outer edge for a strike. Gutierrez taps home plate with his bat. He's ready for the 0-1 offering from Sam Abernathy. Abernathy winds, deals. That one chopped up the middle by a diving second baseman into left field. So a 1-out single for Dante Gutierrez. And the Rogues maybe have something going here in the bottom of the ninth. We have a pinch hitter for Braden Stutzman. Josh Berman steps up to the plate. Josh Berman, a local of Medford, Oregon, attends Clark Community College in his free time, second on the team in home runs with 5. has 29 hits, 7 doubles, a triple, 25 RBIs, and 21 runs scored in 39 games.
Your Medford Rogues, Josh Berman.
Waiting on deck, the leadoff hitter, Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Sam Abernathy comes set. The first pitch to Josh Berman with Gutierrez at first. In there for a strike, 0-1 the count. Six to 2 the score. Rogues need a few more base runners, but Gutierrez getting on base is a start. 1 out in the bottom of the ninth, 0-1 the count to Josh Berman. Abernathy comes set. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Checking back in on the Gold Sox and Potters game. The Lincoln Potters are making it close, folks. The score now 16-3, Gold Sox on top. So that 14-run deficit cut to just 13. Remember, the magic number for the Rogues is 3. Any combination of Rogues wins and Potters losses will mean that the Rogues get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. That one swung on and missed, strike 3 for Josh Berman. That is the second out of the ninth. We'll turn the lineup over, though, for Clay Valenzuela-Reese.
Rogues fans, make some extra noise for your third baseman, Clay Valenzuela-Reese.
Dante Gutierrez over there at first. 6-2 the score. Valenzuela-Reese, the last man standing for the Medford Rogues. Abernathy checks Gutierrez over at first. First pitch to Valenzuela-Reese, skips in the dirt, ball 1. Waiting on deck, Davis DeLorfis. Abernathy looks in. Here's the 1-0 to Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Fastball skips in the dirt, gets away. Gutierrez takes off for second. The throw is going to be not in time. Gutierrez advanced to second on the wild pitch, and the Rogues have a runner in scoring position. Valenzuela-Reese steps back into the box, 2-0 the count. 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth, 4-run ball game. Gutierrez on second. Here's the 2-0. Fastball misses high for ball 3. Gutierrez over there at second base. Had a 1-out single, advanced to second on a wild pitch. Here's the 3-0 to Valenzuela-Reese. Catches the outer edge for a strike. Valenzuela-Reese taking all the way there. Count now 3-1. Here's the 3-1 to Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Big swing and a miss. Runs the count full, 3-2. Full count, 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth inning. Dante Gutierrez at second base. Rogues need to string some hits together here to keep this ball game going. The 3-2. Fouled back and out of play. Gutierrez in a battle, rather Valenzuela-Reese in a battle. Gutierrez over there at second base. A lot of fans sticking around till the end here at Harry and David Field. Always great to see that. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Hit up the middle, off the glove of Abernathy, and that's going to die in the infield. Valenzuela-Reese is aboard. Ruled a hit by our scorekeeper, B.G. Gould. The ball shot back up the middle, bounced off the glove of Samson Abernathy. Karam's off to the left side. Dante Gutierrez over at third base. And now, Davis DeLorfis will step into the batter's box. DeLorfis, 1 for 3 on the day, legged out an infield single back in the third. Reached on an error back in the first, would eventually come around to score on the RBI double by Alex Isola. Waiting on deck, representing the tying run, Eric Yang. The first pitch to DeLorfis. Misses high, ball 1. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Rogues have runners on the corners. 6-2 the score. Rogues trail. DeLorfis waits on the 1-0 from Sam Abernathy. Here it is. Misses low, ball 2. Momentum slowly starting to creep in the Rogues' favor. Gutierrez at third, Valenzuela-Reese at first. Abernathy checks them both, now comes set. Here's the 2-0 to DeLorfis. Misses high for ball 3. Back-to-back 3-0 counts to the 1 and 2 hitters for the Rogues, Valenzuela-Reese and Davis DeLorfis. Here's the 3-0. Called strike. Chest high at the letters. DeLorfis stuttered like he was about to go to first. Home plate umpire Jock Bolton said, not so fast. Still a great hitter's count for DeLorfis, 3-1. Dante Gutierrez at third. Clay Valenzuela-Reese at first. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Misses low for ball 4. The bases are loaded for the Medford Rogues, and the tying run steps up to the plate. First baseman for the Chico Heat, Marcus Wilhite, going to go out to talk with Sam Abernathy. Eric Yang, representing the tying run, will step into the box.
Catcher, Eric Yang.
Eric Yang still looking for his first hit of the ballgame. Would love to come up with that one here. Dante Gutierrez at third. Clay Valenzuela-Reese at second. Davis DeLorfis at first. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Rogues trail by 4. Here's the first pitch to Eric Yang. Misses high for ball 1. After this game is over, maybe even tomorrow, if you haven't already seen it, Google Texas A&M ball 4 chant. It is one of the greatest things in baseball. I would love to implement something like that here at Harry and David Field. Abernathy comes set. Here's the 1-0. Fastball, that one in their first strike, evens the count, 1-1. Bases loaded, 2 outs in a 4-run game here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Eric Yang, representing the tying run, is at the plate. Waiting on deck, Alex Isola. Here's the 1-1 offering from Sam Abernathy. Fouled back into the netting. Count is 1-2. Abernathy winds, deals the 1-2. Check swing called, strike 3. That is the ball game. The Rogues threaten, but fail to bring any across. The final score, 6-2. Final line for both teams, 6 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors for the Chico Heat. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Medford Rogues. Brett Walker pitched a terrific ball game. Scattered 4 hits and gave up just 1 earned run, struck out 5 over 5 innings. not all bad news, Rogues fans. The Gold Sox holding on into a ever-shrinking lead, now lead 16-5 over the Lincoln Potters down in Marysville. The magic number for the Rogues is 3. Should the Gold Sox hold on, the magic number would be 2. Any combination of Rogues wins and Potters losses would mean the Rogues clinch the Great West League regular season title and home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Again, the final score, Rogues load the bases but fail to bring any home in the bottom of the ninth. They fall 6-2. We're back tomorrow. Ram $2 Tuesday. Get in for just $2, courtesy of Ram Restaurant and Brewery. Can't make it to the ball game? That's fine. Join us right here. Same time, same channel. 6:35 p.m. first pitch, 6:25 p.m. pregame show. Live on MedfordRogues.com. For Jamie Flynn, who joined me in the earlier innings, I'm Jonathan Kerman. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow, Rogue Nation. Good night.
Rogue Nation, thanks for listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. Listen to the Rogues all season long, live on MedfordRogues.com.